and Twitter today. Gonna try to figure it out and see how those numbers do. We got the opening face-off in New York. We have the New York Chin Hunters, Jacob Trouba.
Goodwill Chin Hunting.
The line is set at 1.5 for Jacob Trouba to elbow somebody directly in the head, and the Capitals who are going to get swept with the puck directly out of play. Swish, I'll hand it off to you.
Folks, welcome back. We are doing a back-to-back, our first back-to-back of this year's playoffs. We are live from the couch again. Bobby Gucci, Jay Swish, Pete Laviolette. Swallowed an airbag since the last time we've seen him. Pete, you're looking a little heavy there.
Holy fuck.
But that's okay. We don't body shame over here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Folks, a Sunday matinee. Matinee Sunday special over here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale. New York Rangers taking on the Washington Capitals, who somehow made their way into the dance. Not sure how, not sure why, but we're going to line it up one more time. 1945 in the first period. We're just getting underway. If you're tuning in from North Scottsdale with the boys from Hockey Night in Scottsdale, is Nick Jensen back in the lineup after he got his chin stapled to the boards in that scary incident right along the boards, right in front of his own bench. So hopefully Nick is back. If he's not, I didn't check the game sheet before, so hopefully he's doing all right. But yeah, Gooch, if this one's not a sweep and Trouba doesn't dish out at least 2 concussions, I mean, I would call that a win for the Washington Capitals because I don't see them grabbing a game.
I want Trouba to elbow somebody directly in the head. And I hate seeing guys get hurt, but it'll set the tone. Sometimes you got to set the tone. I mean, the Capitals, they're slow. They suck. With all due respect to Connor McMichael and Sonny Milano, friends of the show, but the Capitals just stink. They got a Capital One logo on their helmet. I get it. Capital One, the Capitals, I get it. But, yeah, if the Rangers don't sweep them, then they have no shot at the cup. Matt Rempe trying to make a statement early. Look how fucking big that kid is. He's just an absolute mutant.
Yeah, he's a big dude. Big tree fall hard. Let's see how Rempe does. Does he chuck him? Does Wilson maybe give him one throughout the series at some point? I don't think that's going to be right off the cock in terms of right off the jump. But you never know. Rempe in the lineup playing tonight. Playing on the 4th line here for the Rangers. That is the Strangers featuring Jimmy Vesey, Barkley Snow Gaudreau, and Matt Rempe, who just is a big human, Rob. Like, he's just a fun
He's a big bitch.
Oh, my God. You just got someone there. You just tattooed.
Did he? I got his hits.
That was, I don't know, the Swedish fella. Is that a penalty? Yep. So Rempe takes a penalty early. That a boy. Good start.
Fucking fella. Idiot. Is Rempe the new guy that's going to hit people directly in the head?
I think he's just too big, and he just gets so horny to hit someone. And I think he knows, obviously, that is his role if he's not going to be fighting. And he's still trying to feel himself throughout the league of what he actually is. Is he just a full-on, just a chucker, like the late, great Derek Bugard, R.I.P. to that fella? Or can he actually play a little bit? I think he's kind of trying to figure out what his role is still and when to do things and when not. But he's going to cost his team, ultimately 2 minutes here in the
I want to see the replay.
Once they touch it. It was just an unnecessary hit. Like, I don't think it should have been a penalty, but it was a little bit from behind and right in front of the referee. So,
well, now he's going to get benched. And my prize picks, I knew I shouldn't have taken his over. It's at 4 hits, and I know I shouldn't have taken it because he's not going to get that much ice time. He's like, for what? For what? I elbowed a guy right in the head. For what?
How do I copy this link?
Charging.
That's a weird call.
What? The stream?
Yeah.
Click on my thing, or click on the stream and then hit share. I mean, it's from behind. It's not charging.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Folks, sharing is caring. Don't be fishing off the same pier if you're sharing bras, but everything else, be generous. At Rempe. I'll share this link here, folks.
Oh my God, a new iTrain video just dropped, people.
No way. How do you go to this? Does that guy make money?
Yeah, he makes a ton of money.
How?
He goes on like tour, and he has, he's killing it. That guy. I don't know how. He doesn't know anything. He's never played a game in his life. His name's Sean Walker, not the LA King Sean Walker, but he's never played. Like the guy, like this is crazy. I gotta start right now. Everybody, a new iTrain video just dropped. Excuse my.
He goes all
My
over the
mom
world.
loves texting me on like when in the middle. She does never text me besides when we're on stream.
Does she
Crazy.
Know? Does she know you're on
No.
stream? She just texts you. Oh my, Alexander Snovechkin. iTrain Hockey literally goes on tour like all around the world. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the guy makes a lot of money.
Yeah, good for him. He
What
doesn't know what were those seat cuts he was doing backwards? By the way, what was the point of those?
Have to find out.
Folks, anyways, if you're watching the game right now and you're following along with the boys, we are at 16:47 remaining in the first period. Just getting underway over here, live from the couch, live from Scottsdale, Arizona. Oh my God, John Carlson. That nice little look from a pass from TJ Oshie across the box. Speaking of box, folks, if you're getting some box tonight, well, make sure you wear rubber. Wearing rubber, just like Igor Shesterkin there. The nice save going post to post. And a good pass there from TJ Oshie. Dylan Strome rolled up the flank. Oshie was able to find John Carlson through the seam. Pretty good wood up.
Chat, we'll get to you in a minute. Get you at the commercial break. You know the drill. If you're new here, it's Sunday. Maybe we got some Sunday viewers. Watch the game. We're at 16:35, 16:34. Sync it up with your chin. Sync our chins with your chin. Watch the game. And let us know where you're from and get questions, comments, concerns. Start debate in the chat. Do whatever you want. We're going to answer them at the commercial break. Then for intermission, we take a break. And then here's Ian Lapierre somehow carving up the Rangers defense. So they're on the peeper.
Who's that beauty that was absolutely thrown this morning at 9 in the morning? I think his name was like something Morgan. Alex Morgan, baby. Yeah, the old soccer player. No relation to the women's soccer player. But, folks, again, if you're watching along, we have about 8 seconds left here in this power play. Sonny Magic Hands Milano throws the puck across the way, and Trevor Van Riemsdyk sends a shot that misses the net but bounces in and around the goal line there. Reppy hunting him. He was about to bury him from behind. Folks, coming from behind, no Diddy. We'll see what this game brings us. A great kill there by the New York Rangers at Matt Reppy. The ball doesn't lie. I mean, I don't know if that was a man. Like that, I don't even call it out.
It's like a little from behind, but like it's the playoffs. Like the refs have been so horny on their whistles in the first couple minutes, and every game almost.
Aaron Dixon said he renovated Sean Walker's house. Well, good for Sean, good for Aaron, good for a couple remodels. Folks, 15-10 is Nick Dowd, plays the puck, chips it into Shesterkin. He grabs that puck and slides it over to Schneider, who makes an outlet pass to Barkley Goudreau, who gets that's number 91. Who's 91?
Winfreda.
Forgot about him. Now they're going to call that. They're going to call holding penalty. They're going to match this thing up because number 11.
Stop calling penalties.
I mean, he knew that was a bad call. So 11 strikes, even it up. I believe he's going to get him with a holding call here. Is that Kelly Sutherland?
Kelly Ferdinand. Kelly Ferdichin.
Neeks Mohammed Gleedstein is, yes, he is half and half, Kelly. He's half Muslim, half Jewish. All that bagpipe from Baghdad and Eminem song.
It's just a shitty call, but yeah, it's a make-up call.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Rangers power play. Let's see it go to work here. We got a packed house of idiots from New York City, ready to see their team not get beat by the goddamn shitty-ass Devils.
Yep. Shout out to New York City. Shout out to the West Garden and Madison Square Garden. I bet the Canuck is buzzing today. Oh, my.
Hit the net. Fuck. I have him on Prize Picks 2 over 2.5 shots.
Little chin music right there on Kreider. It almost blew him over how that thing sailed right past his chin. But Adam Fox leaning into him. You like Fox's game? Obviously,
yep.
Very heady player. Good computer back there.
A lot of head, no Diddy.
A lot of Moorhead State in that one.
Yeah, I think he's a smart player. I think you need to.
I can't believe he won at Norris. I mean, I guess he had a nice season there. It was a short season, but
you need to kind of add a gritty guy with them or something like that. But never say no to Adam Fox in your roster. Nope. Absolutely not.
What does the Fox say? Very smart player.
What the fuck was that?
Ryan-
Trocheck? Holy shit.
Is Lindgren out?
I don't even know.
I think he might be hurt.
He's been hurt all year.
See, I mean, he's a goddamn warrior. I think he had like 14 concussions this year.
Yeah, he skates with his head down like that. That dude that played on Chicago, the Indian dude.
Yeah, Juhar Jakera.
Yeah, just getting his chin just crushed.
Yeah, you never want to expose your chin. Always keep it tucked. Great. Chucky, his brother.
Chucky
goalie. The old Apo Taco goalie. The Washington Capitals is Fox surveys his option. Panarin right into the breadbasket. I feel like the last two games we've watched, Chucky, Lindgren, he literally just soaks everything right in the chest protector. Like, guys, I think they get confused when they see that mitt on the other side. Everything is always in his chest. There's another chest shot. Here's another chest shot. Boom. Like, folks, don't you know he has absolute hex on? Folks, what's up? How we doing? Where are we watching from? We got a decent amount of traction.
Yeah, where you guys watching from?
Tell
us your city and state, but for real.
City, state, position you'd like to play, social security number, and kill count. That's all we ask for over here. Just put that all in the chat, and we'll get to you shortly. Again, right now, 27 seconds left here in this New York Man Advantage as we're getting a look at the second unit with Jack Rosovic, who came over from the Columbus Blue Jackets right at the deadline. A kid from Columbus, Ohio, spent a lot of time in and around the area of the Midwest, played at the National Development Program.
What are these wings on the far side doing? Is the ice tilted different? What the fuck are these idiots doing?
Tilted kill.
Good spot. Good beer.
Good beer, good trim. Eric Gustafson might be the best bang for your buck contract year after year. Somehow can only squeeze out about $800K and usually puts up about 30 to 50 points and then re-signs somewhere else the following year. Folks, TJ Oshie played his 1,000th National Hockey League match earlier this year, battled a lot of injury. Former Sioux UND player, always got to give a shout out to Oshie. Looks like he's kind of barreling down the back nine of his career, but been a hell of a player for a long time, and maybe one last dance here with the Capitals because these guys have a lot of depreciating assets. I think he has 1 or 2 years left on his deal, but I mean, the way he's going, he's had so many injuries. He's going to probably try to play next year, but you just never know, right? So,
pulling for the Panthers or seek stars all the way. Who do you think lifts the cup? Sign up today for your chance to win exclusive prizes at NHL.com/bracket.
Baltimore in the building.
shout out to Baltimore. Shout out to Johns Hopkins University. Smoking dope and getting high with Johnny Hopkins.
You don't know it, Johnny Hopkins.
It was Salone Kennery and Johnny Hopkins, and we were blazing that shit up all day.
I'm not going to call him dad.
Alrighty, folks. 3-2 to the shots right now. The Rangers a couple chances there on the power play. One from Mika, the DJs, the Benajed, and Aaron, both on the breadbasket of Chucky Sheets. Right now, we have a 0-0 game live from the couch in North Scottsdale as we get a look at Sonny Magic Hands Milano playing his off wing today on the right side like he always does, just so we can get some magic mitts going in terms of some saucer passes, some backhand passes, peeling pucks off the wall. He's going to do something.
Oh!
Yeah, he's playing.
I'm kind of interested in how Lafreniere is going to play in the playoffs. He had a good season.
Yeah, I just – that's a penalty.
No! It's a stick lift, you think?
Oh, he slashed his shit out.
Did he?
Yeah.
I thought it was a stick lift.
2 minutes any league.
Oh, shit. Germish. Oh. You lock people. Trocheck calls him a pussy.
Vinny Trocheck, 1993, born out of Pittsburgh, PA. Played for the Pittsburgh Hornets back in the day with JT Miller on that team, as well as Riley Barber. Folks, we are going to go to a commercial. That is the slash in any league right there from Trocheck. 2 minutes. You can't do that, fella. I love how Trocheck has always used that jury curve, the old school just pizza shovel. And we're going to go to commercial break here, folks. Thoughts on 2010 first-round pick Dylan McElrath playing a playoff game in 2024. Guy has been grinding in the always hungry. Yes, he has had a lot of soggy subs. Yes, he has had the $12 per diem pack, a lot of Southwest birds, a lot of time spent on the bone rattler in terms of the bus. But Calder Cup champion last year in the AHL, captain down there in Hershey, a guy that has a absolute granite chin from Winnipeg, Manitoba. One of the toughest guys in the American Hockey League, a.k.a. the always hungry, the jungle. It's pretty cool to see. He's grinded his way, to the career he's had, and he gets paid handsomely in the AHL. I think he makes about $500,000 down there, and puts his chin on the line every night. So yeah, it's cool to see him. And anytime you can get a National League sniff, you take that key bump anytime.
Chris, are you serious? Are you actually checking in from Austria? That would be cool. If not, stop lying. We got Alabama in the house. We got Diddy's Dungeon in the house.
Diddy's Dungeon, okay.
Tapping in from Michigan. We got that in the house.
Sucking.
What's this guy talking about? First time viewer, long time follower. Thoughts on the Milk ads taking over our beautiful original 6 playoffs? I haven't really seen that.
The Milk ad on the Toronto Maple Leafs jersey just seems so fitting to me because they are a bunch of milk drinkers the way they play. So I think that's pretty funny in terms of that ad on their jersey, but it is fitting. It also is so fitting. The Coyotes, I hate to rag on their organization. This is more of just a funny little chirp. And it's true, is the Coyotes on their jerseys, their sponsorship deal was Goodwill. So
yeah, that is embarrassing.
That is hilarious.
I want to answer this before we get back. Emily Kaplan, love her, great person. Met her in person.
Good chin.
And she's really fucking cool. So people are like, oh, Emily Kaplan this, Emily Kaplan that. Fuck you. I like Emily Kaplan. Shout out Emily Kaplan, friend of the show. Let's get back to the game.
Sneaky hot. Checking in from St. Louis. Love that, baby. Straight out of Nellyville, straight out of University City.
Why is this taking so long?
Tapping in from Cedar in Minneapolis. I lived in Cedar Lake, just on Minneapolis' south side. Folks, going back to the game, we're going to skate Forest side. Somehow they even that up with Max Pacioretty going to the sin bin. Wow, that is an absolute win for the New York Rangers there. Get away with a Vinny Trocheck slash, like he was slashing tires outside of a Circle K in South Phoenix.
Stop blowing the fucking whistle. There's no rhythm to this game. I want some goddamn rhythm. I want some hockey.
Feel the rhythm. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to say, feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme. It's push card time. Folks, have you ever seen the movie Cool Runnings? What a movie.
This is Washington Capitals hockey. They're going to slow down the game because they're slow and they suck, and it gets all discombobulated. It's like Swish. You always say they lull your ass to sleep, and that's what they're doing now.
We have watched the Washington Capitals 3 or 4 times on Hockey Night in Scottsdale, probably in the last 3 weeks, and they just play the same goddamn way. They sit back in this trap, even in the 4-on-4. They sit back and they just make you skate to them, and then eventually you dump it in, and they go chase the puck, and then what do? They just dump it in and change. It's like the most boring hockey ever. Somehow it kind of works because they score on their power play. They're very opportunistic. They've been that way the whole year. Their goal differential doesn't make any sense. Their players on their roster don't make any sense, yet they get decent goaltending and some timely scoring. You pair that with, a set of titties on the glass, that's all a recipe for success, Rob. So, yeah, it's just a team that all year long, they've just stuck to their system. They're boring. They dump a lot of pucks. They sit back. It's just, they're sitting back like a rocking chair after you on a 3-day bender. They're just kind of, hanging out.
Yeah, it just sucks because I want to watch hockey, and they're so boring. Okay, here comes the dump in. There it is. Dump it in. Change. Fucking this team fucking sucks. The Rangers, they're up. If the Rangers don't sweep this team, I will never root for the Rangers in any sort of fashion ever again.
Yeah, I mean, I think this shouldn't even be a gentleman's sweep, which is a 4-1 shellacking. This should be a 4-0 4-Cobb whack fest. Rangers should win every game, take 2 at home, obviously then go on the road and then whack them at the Verizon Center. But what is up with all these whistles, folks? Put these things away. I mean, is too short out here? Blow the whistle, baby.
Nice.
Drew Miller, I mean, if you're asking me, Joseph Chestnut is probably the #1 athlete of all time, arguably a top 3 for me. I mean, he's Jordan-like. The amount of wins he's had in a row, what is he at right now? 17, I believe. Nathan's hot dog eating competitions. I mean, the longevity, the barrel on the guy, the stomach, just the overall will. Oh my Panarin, to get to his feet and or to the top of the mountain he's at, it's truly remarkable. Folks, keep loading up the chat. Again, we will get to you whenever we can.
Get the chat going. What do we got in the chat here? What time are you guys at? Fuck, I don't know, but we just went to commercial, bro.
Yeah, we're at commercial, pal.
But do you think Ovi went to West Garden for the game to get a full body release?
Yes. Hold that up. I want to get a picture of that. Yeah, you like to think he did. I mean, he probably went Italian BMT on Italian herbs and cheese over at Subway, right? He went over to Grubway, got that, got the bag of Lay's chips, probably a Coke, large Coke, a couple white macadamia nut cookies to keep you honest. And then, yeah, once your barrel is full of that much Grubway, what do you have to do? You have to go over the Garden of the West and see our ladies there and get absolutely sawed off like an 8-iron stinger into a back pin and get that full body release, because once you get released at the Garden, head to toe like that, it does wonders for you. Yeah, the Sunshine State Buckfest, we were actually playing tennis while the game was on, so we were just kind of monitoring it via, tweets and Instagram and all that bullshit. But it sounded like it was a boring game. I don't know if I believe anyone on Twitter, but it
well, no,
3-2. So
inside sources.
Kaplan looks sneaky hot.
Tyler and his inside source texted me and said it was a boring muck fest of a game.
Kaplan has different hair. Shout out to Emily Kaplan. Shout out to getting it done.
What up, Alex? All right, back to the game here. For some reason, this game is just whistle after whistle. The Ice Boys have came out 15 times.
Yep. The Ultra Boys are out there. They're doing their thing. They were stuck at the Priest house last night. We get a live looking at the Lindgrens. Who is that in the blonde? My God, she's tooted and booted right now. Shout-A! What jersey she got on? 20 what?
20, I don't know. 2? Truba? I don't even know what he wears.
True Wars number 8. Folks, again, Adley Kaplan went brunette. She went Apo Taco. She's looking sneaky good. Speaking of sneaky good, Chuck Lindgren has been real good for the Washington Capitals. One of the only reasons why they're here. Mika Zibanejad, a guy that uses a long stick. One of the longest pieces of lumber in the league. I think it's taller than him. So we'll see if we can get that big magic wand going, the old Nimbus 2000. But right now, I want something just criminal to happen. Can Tom Wilson run someone from behind? Can he put someone's chin on the ice? Can Trouba get his flying elbow going just to absolutely target a guy's inner skull? Because this game, honestly, has been very boring to start, just like every other Capitals game we have watched into March. Somehow, they're marching into April here, Robin. They're staying in this game. Oh, my God, Ovechkin, those hands.
You got to have Trouba put someone's chin into the glass. Holy shit. Who the hell is wearing 91?
Wenberg.
Alex Winford.
He looks Russian.
He does.
Why does he look? Maybe because he's wearing 91?
Yeah, probably. It looks like he has white skates. No.
He's got a white twig.
Yeah, white stick. That's off. That's a full Kreider right
He's got
there.
a white wrench.
Oh, this one's coming back. Oh, wait.
Oh, my God. Capo Caco. What a name that is.
Oh. Capo Wackinen. Look at Ovechkin just not even moving, dumping it in. I hate the Capitals. I hate them.
Dump it in, set up your trap. Be very passive. Look at this trap fella. They just play for the red line. They just dump it in. You go get the pill. Dylan McElrath. Would love to see him chuck him, too. He's a guy that would probably go rugby. For sure.
Definitely.
They get some absolute guns on that team right now. Wilson, McElrath. Oh, my God, who is that? Oh, is that Eric Gustafson laying the Laying
Yeah.
the boots. Reppy fella, go north with it. Stop shoveling shit.
Did you see Jägermeister's quote? It says, Jägermeister, damn, that's cold.
Damn.
What a quote.
Coors Light. Cold as the Rockies, brother.
Washington has no interest in going east to west and entering the zone at all. With puck possession.
They just want to dump it. Dump it in and go try to find it. If not, change, reset, keep the game 0-0, bore them to death, try to score on the power play, get decent goaltending, and we'll win this game 2-1. That's literally what they want to do. The Rangers are more high-flying, a high-octane team. How do they win the President's Trophy, by the way? They're not that good.
I don't know. I wouldn't even.
There's probably 4 to 5 other teams, and I might be a fucking idiot. I am an idiot. But I'd have probably 4 or 5 teams having them win the Cup versus the Rangers.
They're in the Metro, though. The Metro,
the Metro Central.
Philly, the Islanders.
Yeah, it's true. But still, how do they win the fucking Presidents? Because they're playing those teams so much?
Oh, my God.
How's your leg?
Trocheck just took out his fucking Slim Jim there, no? How do they not jump him for that? Oh, yeah, because it's the Capitals. Wait, Washington? Dude, can I not see? What the fuck is going on in my eye?
What is Kelly Sutherland calling right now? There must have been a memo that went out before the playoffs and said, call as many penalties as you can. Because this doesn't make any sense. Yesterday, I didn't watch the Fuck Fest this morning in the Sunshine State, but the 2 games we've done, put the whistles away, boys. Let's get a look here. Oh, that's such a dive. That is such a dive. How do you not see that longtime official, Kelly Sutherland?
And Trocheck knows he's going straight to the goal.
Oh, yeah.
He knows.
Yeah, 100%. Man, that's a bad call. Kelly Sutherland, you got to be smarter than that, fella. That's like flopping the NBA. Take that. Yeah. That was vanilla.
And he didn't even try to get up, too.
No, he didn't play it. He wanted to run.
Yeah.
Which is smart. Yeah. This power play, it's the 1-2 punch with the bread man. And Foxy's a bit in. Wow, they can absolutely snap this thing.
Over. Yep.
I'm going to sick pickup. What do you like more, is it Benajed or Panarin? Do you like Panarin's game?
I like both of them. Yeah, I like Panarin's game, but it's like in the playoffs, I just don't know.
I know. He's kind of one of those guys that just gets his cookies on the power play. We touched on it yesterday, talking a little bit about it. That would be the difference of Panarin getting to a sicko level mode. As a guy
that's him. Oh my God.
He's a guy that would I don't know. To play that game, you have to be able to do it 5-on-5, and he hasn't been able to do it in terms of his playoff track record. But I don't know. If you're that skilled, even Patty Showtime Kane was such a dog at 5-on-5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree, dude. No, you're absolutely right. How, because Pat Kane's a finesse player, right? But when he's in the playoffs, he's an absolute menace.
Right. And he's a guy that, yes, he's not going to touch anyone physically, but he's scoring the big goal every single time. He's in on the plays that matter. He's just an absolute savage 5-on-5. And if you can't play 5-on-5 and produce at a level of, the elite of a point per game or whatever it is, it's tough to win in the playoffs. Brett if you look at his playoff numbers, they're actually good. But then you go back to how he got his cookies, and they're usually all in the power play. And it kind of disappears a little bit 5-on-5. And obviously easier said than done, sit on the couch and watching these guys just play a fucking gladiator sport in terms of playoff hockey. But that's when you make 10 in a hook foul or whatever he's making, kind of got to be that.
No, if you disappear in the playoffs, you're a pussy. Show up. I don't care if you get 140 points, 100 points during the season. Show the fuck up during the playoffs.
Show your chin. And right there, the New York Rangers are trying to get way too cute. There's 3 or 4 good passes in a row. It's been a fucking cock that thing. If you want to shoot for a rebound, you shoot across the crease, you shoot for Kreider for a rebound, maybe a stick. But when you try to make those cute plays and slide stuff under 2 sticks, 3 sticks, it's just a very low percentage play, especially early on, man. It's the first period, it's the first game. Let's shoot everything. Let's make Chucky Sheets make some saves, the Oppo Taco goalie. But right there's Benajed getting a little too cute, folks. If you're following along right now, we have Dylan McElrath.
On the thing about Benajed, I just want to point out, it seems to me that he's too far away on the sheet. Like, he's almost like backed up past the dot when he's ripping up one-timers.
Yeah.
I like to see him creep in a little bit more, like get a little bit closer. Like, to me, he's too far away.
Yeah. Yeah, usually those half ball guys, they like to, especially on the one-timer side, your guideline is generally the dot. Oh, my God. And you kind of ride that rail up and down the dot lane. But I see what you're saying, where you can get yourself in a position where you're maybe in and around the dot or just a couple feet up on the hash and you're cocking one tees.
Yeah, Rangers are kind of peppering him now. Obviously, momentum off the power play. But, like, yeah, I feel like Zibanejad, because Lindgren has more than enough time to get over there. He knows it's coming. So, like, get your chin a little bit or
you give yourself more net.
Or catch Lindgren cheating and fucking shoot it yourself.
Speaking of cheating, folks, anyone in the chat get cheated on or cheat on their significant other, we are at the commercial break. Last one here before we go to intermission. Folks, what are we doing? What do we got going on?
Just YouTube, Billy.
Billy McQueen. Lightning McQueen.
Do you have any questions, comments, concerns? Let's go. It's commercial.
Galas.
You guys, do we have anything? Salvatore Lascala, straight out of Sopranos. No disrespect with that comment.
No chin disrespect, fella.
Lindgren getting a serious shutout. If that happens, I will give you everything I own. Did anyone hear what happened to Nylander?
Willie Styles Nylander was on the ice today in Boston at their Warrior practice complex. Not sure what's going on with him, but he was on the ice for the first time, I believe, since Wednesday. So we'll see there, obviously monitoring some sort of injury and or ailment. Not sure if it's upper, lower, or middle body. Who knows? But hopefully Willie Styles will be back on the sheet, fella.
Do we think the Leafs can win game 2? I don't know.
Jay Swish with the hoodie when it's 95 out. Yes, it is 95 out, but again, we are inside here at Hockey Night Scottsdale, and I keep my condo unit at about 64 degrees Fahrenheit. That is a little chilly.
I don't like when people comment on that in Arizona. There's like, why are you wearing a beanie? Why are you wearing a hoodie? First of all, Arizona gets cold at night during the winter. People just are like, Arizona, desert, hot. Like, sometimes it's nice to wear a fucking hoodie. Sometimes it's nice to give your girl my hoodie after I whack her.
Yeah, I gave some chick the other night a Hockey Night in Scottsdale hoodie. Leave it at that. Back to the game here. 4:03 remaining. First frame, Dylan McIlrath getting in his third career playoff game. Originally drafted by the New York Rangers, 10th overall in 2010. He was a high prospect, highly touted Moose Jaw Warrior out of the Western League. A big boy that played that big boy, fuck you, Western style of hockey. He resides in Winnipeg, Manitoba, which is Las Vegas. Winnipeg playing Colorado later tonight. And oh my God, what a lane Eric Gustafsson got from a set face-off play. That was called D down the wall, folks. So if you're following along, we're at 3:56. What that play does is it confuses a lot of the defensive players because usually off a face-off, it's man-on-man. McIlrath on the wall is going to take his guy to the net, opening up that whole lane in terms of Gustafsson being able to drive down the dot lane. Usually that winger on Washington is matched up with him. But if you set a pick off the face-off like Rempe did, you get a lot of space. So that was a set play there. Gustafsson getting a lot of space, a lot of place to kind of move and massage his way down. And he got a decent look there. He should have probably shot it before he did, but you know what? Again, easier said than done.
No Diddy for the man-on-man comment.
No Diddy, folks. Man-on-man, chin on chin. We are at 3:33 remaining in the first period. We got 0-0. Shot 7-2 in favor of the New York Rangers. Obviously, the Washington Capitals, they get outshot every game they play in. They get outchanced in every game they play in. But somehow they find a way to stay in the game. And as the game goes and the longer it goes, and they're still in it, it honestly, weirdly, helps them and honestly gives them a better chance at taking home the game 1. So we'll see what happens here. Again, Washington, 2 shots in this period. The Rangers, 7, probably 2 or 3 decent looks as Wenberg steps into the face-off circle. He came over from Seattle, the Crackheads, earlier in the year, right around the deadline.
All right, we got 3:26 remaining. If you guys are watching along with us, the Capitals are sucking the life out of this game. They're really just sucking on wrench. no Diddy, as I can't stop saying, Adam Fox. A little reverse back to Lindgren, who is playing despite his 17 concussions this year from skating with his head down. Capo Ferdinand over to Alex Ferdeberg.
Sonny Magic Hands Milano is often asked, is that a perm? Nope. That is naturally curls, baby. That's naturally curly. Sonny Magic Hands Milano does use a decent amount of hairspray and a blow dryer to get that mop going in the morning. But besides that, and besides the au jus he puts in it, that is all natural grease, folks. And that is a hell of a salad he has. That is like a cabbage salad, just right on top of it with a little kale. And Kelly Sutherland is calling another fucking penalty. There's been 4 in this period, maybe 5 with the matchup with a 4-on-4. But holy fuck, Kelly Sutherland, put the whistle away, buddy. I'm tweeting that right now.
Stop blowing on the whistle. Come on,
stop sucking on the whistle. Oh my!
Playoff hockey. Put the fucking. You're gonna tweet it out. I'm not gonna jock your style, but Jesus Christ. Matt Barry, good point. The Rangers can't score 5-on-5. The Caps have the top 5 kill, which I didn't even know. Rangers worried? No. The Rangers are going to win the series. Not worried. Just, I'm worried for the fans. I don't want anyone to take their own life while watching this shit show. Ovechkin power play goal. We'll see. I mean, I'd like to see the Rangers score just so the Capitals have to press a little bit.
Why is he so horny to call penalties right now? Like that is probably a penalty, but like fuck off.
How do you guys know Sonny Milano? Sonny Milano actually, I'm not going to say the story on how we know each other, but we're both Long Island guys, and yeah, good kid. But honestly, it all started on Twitter. I mean, that's the easiest way to explain it. All right. We got 1:38 remaining on the power play. If you're watching along with us, if you have your laptop and the game up and you're watching and you want to sync up with our chins, we're at 214, 213, 212, 211.
Put your chin on the line. Oh, my pumpernickel there from Ovechkin in the absolute coffin corner of the blue line up there. Holy fat. Dylan Strome looking for holes in some different places. Oh, my God. That was a seeing eye shot. Speaking of that, we have 106 remaining, 105 in the power play for Washington. Again, folks, if you're following along and watching Alexander Ovechkin cock one-timers in his office on the left side of the flank with yellow laces, we are at 138 remaining in the first period. 50 seconds left for the Washington Capitals in this man advantage. Washington Capitals just hanging on, baby. Hanging around by the Counting Crows. Hanging around this town is Sonny Magic Hands Milano. Wow, he's got a high stepping going. Some nights he just is flying. Some nights he's just chilling. Must be the sativa or the indica to kind of depicting what he picks that day. But, oh, my God, he is flying right now.
Probably just because he's in New York. He's probably got a lot of family at the game. Yeah. You know, Long Island kid playing a playoff game in MSG. Pretty cool.
Oh, my cock. Oh, my cock. Van Furterijk. Keandre Miller.
Van Furterdijk.
Van Furterdijk.
Friend of the show. Actually, no, his brother, not him.
Keandre Miller carefully plays that puck as Phil Housley gives a pep talk to his 6 members of his defensive corps. Phil Housley, one of the best U.S.-born defensemen of all time. Over 1,000 points, I believe, a couple of James Norris trophies. He went right from the USHL back in the day to the National Hockey League as a 5'7", 5'8" defenseman. I mean, that is just crazy. The guy's played almost 1,500 games, was a hell of a player in the Rust Belt up in Buffalo. He had other stops, but what a player Philip Housley was. Smooth skating, silky defenseman out of Minnesota. Folks, we got 13 seconds left, and counting right around 10 is Trevor Van Furterdijk sends it in as Jacob Trouba steers a puck safely along the wall up to Will Cooley, who just buries that thing into the yellow. And, folks, we're going to skate 0-0 after 1, again, live from Scottsdale. But watching this matinee on a Sunday with the boys, Bobby Gucci, Jay Swish, giving you coverage you can't find anywhere else. Hockey Night in Scottsdale brought to you by the Heat Daddy and Butter Go.
All right, folks, we're going to take a break for the intermission. We have fun watching PK and Mark Messier. It's maybe the worst combination in sports for an intermission, but We will be right back at the start of the second. Fire up the chat. We're going to keep scrolling it. We're going to keep watching what you're saying. And we will be right back.
playoffs on ESPN, presented by Geico. From New York City, game one of this first-round series in the East, the Capitals.
All right, get that fucking chat fired up, baby. We're back.
Folks, we are back for the second period over here at Hockey Night Scottsdale. Live from the couch, Bobby Gucci, Jay Swish, bringing you a Sunday Marvin Gaye matinee special. Watching paint dry over here on the Washington Capitals jerseys. And the New York Rangers trying to find their footing. Game has 0-0 right now. A lot of penalties. Kelly Sutherland blowing his whistle like too short. No Diddy. Blowing whistle, smoking pole. So hopefully we get to a little bit more of a 5-on-5 matchup in terms of playing even strength. Because right now, man, a lot of penalties each side, a lot of whistles, and a lot of stoppages of play. But on the call right now, Ray Chicken, Carm Ferraro, Sean McDonough. More importantly, your boys on the Hockey Night Scottsdale alternate cast coverage you can't get anywhere else, as we are about to drop the puck here for the start of the second frame. Game one, Eastern Conference Showdown, the President's Trophy winner, playing the number 2 wild card in the East. Again, Washington Capitals squeaking into the playoffs, drawing the Rangers, the league's best on paper, in the first round in game one, live from the Garden.
All right, well, here's hopefully not another period of the Capitals dumping it deep and then playing a 1-4. You're going to need to score, as here is Alex Ferdeberg. Is that Wenberg?
Oh, my wrench.
Who was that? That was a hook. Sutherland swallowed his whistle for once.
Yep, he gargled that thing down like a banana.
No Diddy.
No Diddy, like the guy in old school teaching a blowjob class. No Diddy, folks, again. That is 19:09 remaining in the second period. Getting a live look here at the New York Rangers' third line. And a couple of their young defensemen, and kind of Keandre Miller and Schneider, playing alongside together on the third pair for the Strangers. It's a good third pair. Matt Rempe making his playoff debut. The big Statue of Liberty-like figure on the ice. As we get a look at Emily Kaplan, who is now sporting a brunette look. I like her with that little tint of brunette.
Emily Kaplan looking like a snack.
Oh my God, the New Jersey native.
There we go. Kaplan.
Her jaw is looking good. Is she single?
Is Emily Kaplan single? Chat, can you please look it up?
You tweet that out to somebody at the Cap Dog. We're wondering over here as a couple unrestricted free agents. Kaplan.
Who would want to date a guy like me? I mean, look at this shit.
Maybe get you in the bullpen. Okay, folks, back to the game right now. 18:53 remaining in the second period. Again, Washington Capitals skating to a 0-0 tie with the league's best. In the first period, you call that a win any day of the week, especially starting off on the road. Matt Rempe getting his first 2 PIMs early on in the first frame. The big fella needs to know when to pick his spots and when to tag chins. But again, he is learning on the fly as the net is sent off its bearings right behind Igor Shesterkin. And folks, we're going to set up for a defensive zone draw on the New York Rangers side. This game is another whistle.
Another whistle, and we have confirmation. Emily Kaplan, per the chat, is not single.
No way. Is she married?
Is she married? Fellas, what's the biggest wager you have on a team to win the mug? I don't bet on futures because I'm impatient and I just want to win now. And I'm with your girl. I don't know where that came from, but man, I don't know. Okay, Neek's getting a little anti-Semitic in the chat. Not going to read that out loud.
Nope, we'll leave it there and we'll ignore. And speaking of ignore, Igor ignores Shesterkin. Is able to skate that one away. The puck ends up in Washington Capitals zone here, folks. What is wrong with Rasmus Sandin? He is missing another tilt. Is he hurt for the year? Or what is going on with the young Swede who had just re-inked a long-term ticket there in the nation's capital? Connor McMichael, how are you, fella? Vinny Trocheck sporting the jury curve. That is the old pizza shovel, New York style. I love that curve. You opened it up and you just let the sauce come right off it. It's unbelievable. The old pizza shovel, fella. Get it right off the window and go to work. This game pace is dying every second because the Rangers are playing to the pace of the Washington Capitals. This is what they do. They lull you to sleep. They just have you in the game, not really thinking about anything, kind of just going about your business, and all of a sudden it's the third period. You're like, holy fuck, it's 0-0 still? We haven't done anything? These guys are still hanging around. I thought we were up 6-0. The shots are 14-2. But no, Washington Capitals, that's what they do. They just skate around, they trap it up, they chuck. Oh my God, magic hands.
Oh, magic hands. Milano misses wide.
Yep, he got that thing deep. I think he's just so used to getting it deep, he just threw it cross corridor. TVR. Magic hands Milano. I'd like to get another look at that.
Let me get another look at it.
Shot that he sent to the far corner. I don't know what he was trying to find there, but let's see here. They're going to show it again.
Oh, he's trying to pass.
He can't be passing that.
Trying to pass it. That 5-hole, man, he could have just tucked it right between another man's legs. No diddy. But I'm an asshole on the couch, and he's on the sheet.
Stuffing things in between guys' legs. Folks, again, that is hockey. That is tucking. That is dude-on-dude combat. Wrench on wrench. Straight out of Diddy's basement. Folks, again, set up the cameras. Have yourself a night. On camera right now, you have Bobby Gucci J. Swish, bringing you coverage you can't find anywhere else. And look at that lettuce on Sunny Magic Hands Milano. Just a straight cauliflower-like lettuce with a little dye in it. But anyways, following along right now, 16:49 remaining in the second period. Again, 0-0. Because Zibanejad just dropped another set. He is back on the ice. About to snap it back.
I bet Adam Fox, it doesn't even matter what I bet because you can't fade it because it's the middle of the game, you fucking douchebag.
Faded. Drank.
Jacob Trouba apparently just hit somebody, but I missed it because somebody was talking about fading me. But I mean, it's the second period, you jackass.
Speaking of jackasses, speaking of Johnny Knoxville, speaking of going full retard, I went full retard on Friday night, still recovering from that shift into the wee hours of the night. Anyways, folks, 16:13 remaining. Again, as we always do, we go to the chat right around the 13-minute marker. We take your questions, so please load those up in the chat. What games are you watching today? Are you watching the sleeper fest right now of this one in terms of just a slow, low and slow like affair on a Sunday here? The teams are just kind of shaking off the cobwebs in terms of getting going. I don't know if the boys left their legs last night at the West Garden. I don't know if they're out at the Canuck. I don't know what they were doing in the West Village, but again, not a whole lot of pace to this game. Oh, Rempe! No way! Oh! Wow.
What are the odds on that?
A gift from the gods, Romeo. Holy shit. What was the odds on that? Rempe first goal of the series. What do you think that was? Plus 10,000?
Oh, yeah. Big time. Probably plus more. Just for him to tuck, probably plus 1,300.
Oh my God. A gift from the gods, Romeo. Wow.
It looks like Heedle's staying out of the lineup a little bit longer. He is huge.
He was absolutely high-stepping through the neutral zone. Jimmy VC around the cage. Wow, what a pass by VC. Watch this one-touch McGraw. Oh.
Nasty.
And that's why you always, to all you young hockey players, as Eddie Olchuk says, you stop at the net. Why? Because good things happen around the 4x6. Your chin could end up with a pill, and all of a sudden, you're scoring your first playoff hockey goal of your young career. What a pass by Jimmy VC. He got that puck in and around the goal line into the trapezoid, sent it to Barclay Goodrow, who makes a nice little tap pass to VC in and along the goal line. What does VC do? Well, he one-touches that thing right across the crease to Matt Rempe, who is posted up like a crackhead outside of a 7-Eleven looking for a lighter. Who's got the lighter?
Anybody got a lighter? I'll lighter.
And right now, folks, La Fonferda. That was a cheeky shot. Oh, my God. And that all starts with a great forecheck by the number 1 overall pick from 4 years ago, Alexei La Fonferda.
Look at their chin, absolutely buried.
Oh, my God. That was stapled. His chin got so tucked. I mean, his chin was up, though, if you watch. His chin was legit up. He can't, dude, he's hurt. He's Ty Conklin.
Who is that?
Number 2. He wants out of the series. Yeah, that's enough.
He's leaving.
He's like, I'm leaving. I don't even need the trainer. Oh my god, his shoulder's hanging on by a thread.
Oh, is it? Oh, wait, he got his chin buried.
Look at his chin's up though. Oh my god.
Laughing here.
Oh, his wrist.
Oh yeah.
Look at the wrist. Wow, what a forecheck by Alexei Lafon-Furta. Starts that whole play, and then Panarin, he could have probably passed that, but what a cheeky shot. He got Lindgren cheating a little bit in terms of he didn't know which leg to kind of be leaning on. Panarin sends that thing. Wow, low mitt. Speaking of mitt, oh my God, it's probably stinky in there and a little wet at MSG because 2 goals in 30 to 60 odd seconds. They're up 2-0. Again, this series will be a clean sweep. I don't even think it'll take a gentleman's sweep. This will just be a full-on wipe your ass, folks, for Cobb. The Rangers are now up 2-0. And just when you think this thing was getting Sleepy Joe probably fell asleep, and his Capitals are down 2-0.
The pressure on again for New York. Through the shot, but now it's time to throws itself.
Folks, keep getting at us in the chat again. We just had 2 goals there in less than a minute of play. Again, 14:35, 14:36 if you're following along with the boys at Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Coverage you can't get anywhere else. The alternate cast to all games in the playoffs. Your number one source for the realest hockey news and facts. Please, again, get at us in the chat for the next minute. We had Matt Rempe score his first playoff goal, and Artemi the Breadman Panarin to score his 49th of his storied career. Again, that forecheck. Lafreniere, just a nice, Panarin barely shot that puck. That was so sick. Vinny Trocheck slides it over. Panarin with a little circle change-up. 6 Selly, how are you? 2-0, bang, bang, shrimp, just like that.
Look, Lafreniere absolutely buried his chin.
Yeah, he said, you reach, I'll teach. He had his chin exposed. He was a little bit over his skis, and the next thing you know, he's getting off the ice by himself willingly out of Madison Square Garden. And that is it for Irio, who is probably playing in his first playoff game. He is done, folks. But what is not done is this game. We still have 14 minutes left in the second frame. Washington is trying to get any sort of energy and or momentum back, but they haven't had much the whole game to show for. So Rangers taking a stranglehold of the second period here. We'll see what happens.
Feeling good, Murad. Thanks for asking. 2-0 Rangers. Let's see if the Capitals give a shit.
Yeah. Shots right now are 10-7 in favor of the New York Strangers. Tommy Wilson probably going to have to get the boys going in some way. Dylan McElrath maybe challenge Rempe. I would love to see our first playoff tilt. Now, Rempe's got his goal. Maybe he gets his tilt. Anyways, folks, going to the chat right now. What are you doing? What are you smoking on? Is it too soon to start doing some rips? Well, it's never too soon to
Of
start
course, Capitals fans are always fucking bitching. Oh, it's aborting. It's aborting. It's aborting. Shut up. The Shites get no goal today.
Yeah, I think they're going to get maybe 1. 3-4-1. That'll just be a clean, just in and out.
Come on, Shaq. Get this shit going. Come on. This is boring AF. I don't know if you're referring to us. Oh, of course you are, because you're a Carolina Panthers fan. Carolina fans, man, they are just brutal. They're the dumbest and they're the most annoying, which is the worst combination.
They do like NASCAR. They do like a little moonshine. Speaking of moonshine and NASCAR, I wish we were at Talladega today. Talladega Motor Speedway, Alabama's eastern seaboard. What a spot that would be to be at today. Chalking it up. Sucking on some titties, sucking on some Bud Heavies, because that is America, my friend.
Carolina Panthers, I apologize for insulting the entire state of Carolina. Sorry. Yeah, Hextall in between the glass for the Battle of Florida. Here we go. Swayman or Mark for game 2.
I mean, if you go to Allmark, you're just overthinking it. Like, stick to what's working. Swayman was unbelievable in that game. He had the timely saves. He looked so smooth, so calm in the net, like we talked about yesterday. If you go to Allmark, I just think that's getting cocky and overthinking it. Why take the guy out that is now 4-0 against the Leafs all year and has a .952 save percentage against them? Stick to what works, fella.
Yeah, I agree.
Can Emily Kaplan get
I
it?
didn't mean to click
Jeff
that.
Petrie dish. Why not?
I have the Rangers going. I don't even know. Probably the Eastern Conference Final, and then this one.
Am I crazy for thinking Avs and Preds pull an upset today? Well, listen, nothing in the playoffs is an upset. I guess maybe on paper, isn't it an upset if the Avalanche beat the Winnipeg Jets? I mean, I don't think that's an upset. I guess if you're in Winnipeg, you do have the home ice, but I mean, oh my God.
Holy shit, this series is over.
2 goals from the fourth line from HNIS, the guy that held out back in the day, strictly to sign with the New York Rangers, is back for his second tour with the team in his second year back after going a couple of different places. HNIS, the Boston product. Watch this shot, man. I don't know what happened here. I don't know if it hit like someone in front, but Lindgren definitely lost track of it. Like, he kind of jumped at the puck and it beat him over the shoulder, glove side. Oh my God, it's deflected.
Swift, do you remember when I think it was you, before we knew each other, weren't you the one we used to go back and forth about Jimmy Vesey holding out?
Yeah, I was just always like, when I was drunk, I was like, remember when Jimmy Vesey held out? He said he was too good to play for the Predators in the playoffs. They ended up going to the Cup that year. Remember, like, it was so funny. Like, he thought he was just so good. I've heard he's actually a good dude too.
Yeah.
But I just thought that whole saga was just ridiculous. Like, he literally held out to play for the Rangers and then ended up playing on like the third or fourth line.
So I have a story about Jimmy Vesey, not about him but his family. So I used to make fun of him for holding out because you brought it to my attention, and it is hilarious.
It's hilarious because it's not like he was like going to be a perennial all-star.
Right. You used to call it the VC sweepstakes.
Yeah, like the VC sweepstakes. Like, who's going to sign Jimmy Vesey?
So I was at a Golden Knights game, and I happened to be sitting next to Jimmy Vesey's family, who were in town with relatives of Eichel, obviously the Massachusetts connection. And his family was awesome. They were really nice.
Yeah.
They were like, they knew the game too. They obviously, but they were very like dialed in. It was Vegas Devils game, and I chatted with them pretty much all game. I was drunk. I was running my mouth, and
Was his dad there?
no, it was just the mom and the aunt. No, it was the aunt and someone else. I don't know.
Because Big Jim Vesey's a beauty. He played in the league. He was like a fighter back in the day with skill, and he now scouts for Toronto. I'm not sure if he's still scouting for Toronto, but he's like one of those guys that just like, he might be a hitman in Boston and also a scout. Like, this guy is just a nail.
Yeah, but they were really nice. So ever since then, I stopped talking shit about Jimmy Vesey, even though it was never in, a bad way.
No, it was. I always just thought it was funny. Like, I was
funny.
he was going to be a player in the league no matter what because he was a Hobie Baker, and obviously he's a good player, a good complementary piece to any team. But I just thought it was hilarious. It was a sweepstakes where like we're getting all worked up for like a guy that's going to be like a bottom 6 player. Like, like we got a sweepstakes coming out of college. Like, maybe just ink, fella. Anyways, back to the game right now. 12:45 remaining here in the second period. You're following along with Hockey Night Scottsdale. We had 3 goals in the last 2 minutes. 2:06 is the exact amount. But if you watch Barclay Goodrow take that face off, he did the old Olli Jokinen Oppo taco. So he's a lefty, but he turned his hand over and used his forehand as his backhand. So he's able to win that puck back to Vesey at a quicker rate, snapped it back to him. Vesey, obviously, no bad shot is no good. No shot is a bad shot. Shoot to get hot, shoot to stay hot. It's exactly what Vesey did. Somehow found its way to the wickets of Chucky Lindgren. I mean, that thing hit like 2 skates or 2 sticks, maybe a skate. I don't know how it really redirected. I don't know if it caught Carlson or the fellow that went down, but Vesey gets his second playoff goal, and he has 1-1 tonight. So if he chucks, imagine Vesey at 40 how on a Sunday, game 1 at MSG. Like, just find a tilt, fella.
I agree.
Might as well find a tilt.
Do it for the crowd. Do it for the momentum. Even though you don't need it against the Capitals. I mean, if I'm Peter Lavriel Fertilet right now, I'm kind of just like benching the top 6, and oh my God, never mind on that.
We'll just tug. I mean, we said they're going to get 1, right? I thought they're going to get 1. That's going to be 3-4-1. Get out the door. Get out of the car, get your par. I mean, they're going to get one goal. Usually it's really tough to shut out a guy, especially in playoffs. Was that Tommy Snow Wilson, or who was that? We're going to see this. Okay, collects the puck, Botrus right in the slot. What's that hit? That hits 42? Faravari, hits his shin pad. Okay, they get one back because you get a weird bounce on that VC goal. So the puck usually doesn't lie. It's the Tails' oldest time. It's Rasheed Wallace. The ball don't lie. The puck don't lie. You get a fortuitous bounce. So do they. Even up. No blood. No foul. No nothing on your chin. You're walking away. Even up. So right now, 3-1. Rangers still have a commanding lead in terms of being up 2 goals. Folks, again, if you're following along right now, 12:20 remaining in the second frame. We have 3-1. We've had a lot of action in terms of the last 3 minutes. All the goals coming in just that amount of time. Shoot to get hot, boys. Shoot to stay hot. Keep your chins tucked. Throw them both ways. Right now, well, Washington with a decent answer, but, I mean, other than that, I think this game is pretty much wrapped up and not put under the tree. Speaking of trees, I still have my Christmas tree up. Folks, I want to know from you guys, it is now April, so I had the tree up. It's kind of just a joke. I had a tree up. It was a Martin Luther King tree. It was a Swish Tines, which is a spin-off of Valentine's, where you just, you're a single guy, so you call it Swish Tines. And I had it up for St. Patrick's Day tree, and then it was an Easter tree. And now I'm kind of shifting into maybe it's going to be a Mother's Day tree. Maybe it's going to be a Memorial Day tree. Maybe it's going to be a 4th of July tree. I don't know, but do I take the tree down, or do I just let it ride all the way till next November, December, when, Christmas is right around the bend, maybe? And do I start even taking that a step further and maybe start putting some presents under it? I mean, I had my mom in town this week. We thought about taking it down, and we were just dying laughing. We're like, there's no way. You got to leave it up. So we even had, I was in the sweatshop the other day, and I had Bruce Springsteen on the radio dial playing, Santa Claus is coming to town. Folks, Santa Claus is not coming to town, but you know what is just as good as Santa Claus is your local perk dealer. Give him a call. They'll drop you off a bag of anything. I'm not here condoning opioids, but when in Rome, you need a buzz. Percocets sometimes do the trick. Anyways, 11:05 remaining here in the second period. How funny is that quote from Boone? He says, I got 2 rules in here. Don't touch my fucking Percocets, and do you have any fucking Percocets? One of the best lines of all time.
It's a great line. I think I just laughed out loud thinking about how if somebody comes in here and sees that tree, just the confusion that goes through their head.
Dude,
like, what month is it?
You should have seen those chins that walked in on Friday night. A couple gals split over here just hanging out. We had a little beer pong tournament, me and an unnamed fella. And yeah, it was pretty funny because they're like, why is your tree still up? I'm like, why are you not? Yeah, leave it at that.
We got Let It Ride. We got another Let It Ride. We got a playoff tree.
Playoff tree, smoking
Keep
tree.
it going.
Why do you still have your trio? Why haven't you made out with me yet? That's what I'm wondering. Anyways, Alexei Lafon-Furta going to the box, and this is exactly what the Capitals do, Bob. They hang around, they get some weird goal, and now they're on the power play.
That's so weird.
And if Ovechkin can maybe get one, now it's 3-2. But why are we calling that penalty? Come on, man. Are you serious? That is what we're going to call? Come on, Kelly Sutherland. I mean, if I'm the league right now and I'm these GMs, I'm calling the refs. I'm calling the head of the refs right now, and I'm saying, fella, Stefan, what the fuck is his name? I forget his name. Stefan Van Furter or something. He's the head of league officials. I'm giving him a call if I'm Chris Jury and Brian McClellan. I'm saying, boys, put the whistles away. Like, Kelly, like, you're a long-time respected official. You're probably going to be working in the Stanley Cup playoffs if you do have a good playoff here, but put the whistles away. This is absurd. A lot of soft calls, a lot of them, yes, probably deserving or rightfully so, but at the same time, man, let's fucking play hockey here. Let's play 5-on-5. That's what playoff hockey is. If it's not obvious, it's not a malicious act, fucking just put them away, man. Stop smoking pole, no Diddy.
I just tweeted a no Diddy line. I didn't even see the slash there. I know if the stick gets up in the hands, it's a penalty. Dude, it's the playoffs. Fuck off.
See on the Ranger, we showed it at the start of the period how they try to prevent the injuries on the PK if they can. And do it again.
Are we sure it's Kelly Furterland?
Yeah, number 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one making the call?
Yeah. Yeah, I usually know. I like West McCauley, number 4.
Oh my. Ogie just got buried, kind of.
Kelly Sutherland, number 11.
Oh, Kreider.
I don't think he's made all the calls, but he's the head of the officials in this game. Like, he's the captain. He should go into the game and say, hey, boys, this is the plan of attack. Obviously, you got to trust your gut. But, you know, if you're working alongside a guy like Kelly Sutherland, you should think he's setting the tone in terms of what is called and what is the standard. And if he starts blowing his whistle early, which he was, now his counterpart, which I haven't even seen his number, now he gets horny to call it. You just subconsciously, you get horny to make a call because you see your other guy making these, you know, stick infringements or whatever it is. So I just think as the veteran official and a guy that's probably going to work in the Stanley Cup final, this comes down to a guy like Kelly Sutherland, manage the game, setting the standard early, and also talking to his boys in between periods and saying, hey, this is what it is. This is what I'm seeing. Let's put the whistles away a little bit. Let's not get so horny. Because number 37, I'm going to look up his name right now, has probably made 2 or 3 calls of the 6 or 7 penalties.
We will not be at the pint today, Parms. We announced it yesterday. We announced it on Instagram and Twitter. We will not be there. There was a situation surrounding the pint, and it's not going to happen. So we will be back up there to Edmonton, definitely Vancouver. I'm not sure. Probably we want to, but it's going to be a different venue. There's nothing we could do. Well, there was something we could do, but it wasn't the right fit. And I don't feel bad, obviously. We announced it, but at the end of the day, we had to pull the plug, and we're going to try to get up there within, 7 to 10 days here, maybe earlier. So.
Yeah, it is what it is. That's business, maybe that's show business. We will be back up there. We're just kind of trying to rebound on the fly here, try to find a different venue, try to work it out in terms of what dates games are, scheduling. We also have some other stuff we have in the works. So hopefully getting our chins back up to Alberta, the good people of Western Canada, because there are no better people in the world than the people that throw both ways with their fight straps on in the world.
Do you guys not wear hoodies inside? Like, there's air conditioning, Riley Brass, who's a longtime follower, but there's air conditioning. How about for comfort? I walk around all the time in hoodies in my condo. So I don't know what people's beef with that is. Like, I don't understand. The weather is outside. I don't get that.
Yeah, like we inside, baby. You talking outside? Yeah, I like to be comfortable, baby.
What the hell is a Canadian brew house?
Yeah, we'll go anywhere, man.
Back in New York City.
Hunter Biden's plug, very active in the chat today. We thank you for being active, but unfortunately, I am not buddies with P. Diddy. If the FBI, CIA, or Homeland Security is tuned into this stream, I don't know P. Diddy. And anyway, back to the game. Is Jimmy Vesey and the fourth line of the Rangers have shown up, and now the Capitals are kind of like, fuck, we can't sit back in a 1-4 all game as Lafreniere buries Iorio's chin. And angry Capitals fan online said it's a board. No, it's not. You're an idiot. That's just a hockey play in the playoffs. Go fuck yourself, to be honest.
It's as big as a bar as the pint. Okay, that'll be good. Do you, fella, do you have, in Mirage, in all seriousness, do you have any connections at that bar or anyone in Edmonton that could be able to get us a number over at the brew house? Because we're talking to a couple different places up there, but hey, the more the merrier. Let's get everyone involved. Let's try to get to a game, a watch party. Let's get our chins tucked. I mean, it would be absolutely electric, too, if it was on like a Saturday night or something, or even a Friday we get up there, just because, the people would be throwing that much harder.
Yep. All right, 8:05 to go in the second period here. Get that chat fired up. We're going to have a commercial break in a little bit. And if you're new here, we always go to the chat. Looks like our number is we got 10,000 chins that have tapped in here.
Wow, throwing both ways with 10,000 chins. I'd say at least 7,000 of those are tucked. My chin is tucked right now into the hood with a Detroit hat on. How are you? Holla.
What up, Sell Me This Pen? I'd like to give a special shout out to Neil. He is Sell Me This Pen's retarded friend, and I just want to shout out to him and have a great day. Have a great Sunday. Be safe. Don't drive when you're pinned. And yeah, Greta, we're going to try to make it work. They already have a lot of shit going on there, and they're packed, but we're going to try.
Folks, again, if you're following along right now, 7:45 remaining here in the second frame. Again, Washington was able to get on the board there from a redirection from Farabee via Tom Wilson. That came off a little bit of a fortunate bounce. But speaking of fortune, speaking of a gambling man, again, if you have any action on this series, I don't know what the line is. I don't know what your bookie does. My guy Hector out of Tijuana gets me a quote on anything I need, but I would be or advise you to take a bet on a New York Rangers sweep. Now, I don't know what the live odds are on that, but if you can get that, I just don't see Washington even winning a game. Now, that might sound like a little bit of a prick answer from, a guy sitting on the couch, two all Caps fans, but I just don't think they get a game. I think the way New York's playing, I just think how Washington kind of limped in. If you can get a line on that, folks, take it and don't look back. TJ Oshie, there's the puck right around his blue line.
Who was wearing 96?
Jack Roslovic. Or are you talking about for Washington?
No. That's
Abe
yeah.
Kubel.
Keep forgetting that Roslovic's on the Rangers.
Is it Richard Panic time for who? I mean, first of all, you never panic even if you go down 2-0, because you've seen all the comebacks, people being able to mount a 2-0 comeback. Hell, LA was the last team in one year. They were down 3-0 to San Jose. Man Jose, they willed their chins back in the first round and able to escape that and then went on to win the cup. So I don't think you can ever panic, especially as a player. Now, a fan base, people are more emotional. They live and die by every goal, every breath of every game, and that's where you can run into a little bit of a panic attack. But no, the boys in the room, there's never a panic. Yes, obviously you're going to be more confident or less confident in certain situations, but rule number 1,000 of the People's Insider, never panic, always chill.
Rangers look good right now. All four lines for the Rangers have been really good. And Trouba has not elbowed anybody in the head yet. Good shot that somehow got through.
Oshie just got dumped.
Yeah, somebody wanted a call, right?
Yeah, Oshie just got kind of inadvertently.
That's a Kreider.
Did you see those Mohawk turns by Sonny Magic Hands Milano there? Oh my God, he had those hips open like 10-2. Speaking of 10-2, Bottle Blonde always open 10-2, just like the waitress's legs. Folks, wings and thighs over at Sugar 44 tonight. Oh my God.
We were playing tennis during that game, Mike Concho. Is that true? I mean, it's not hard to beat it. I mean, there's not that. It's a high stick.
No, and the fuck
Keep going.
The fuck fest is crazy too. Like the Sunshine State, those guys were nuts. Manny Dumba had a big hit, laid someone's chin out. I mean, there's a lot. The highlights I saw was the fuck fest is always just out of hand. By game 2 or 3, there's going to be a couple guys banged up, fights. It's just what Florida does, man. Florida just like puts that into your soul, like just violence.
Yeah, right into your chin. Wow, what a pass.
Skate.
Oh, would you imagine if he nipped?
He absolutely nips. He hustled him.
Did he miss? I can't see with the glasses. Or did Lindgren get a piece of that?
I think his mitt touched it a little bit. Folks, getting a live look here at Cale Makar. We have a game coming up at 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern, live from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Shout out to Vegas of the North. Shout out to all the good chins in Winnipeg that throw both ways. We love you. We're at the commercial break here, folks. What is going on? How are ya?
Thank you, Sass. It's hilarious. Does anyone have a granite chin enough to take a Trouba elbow straight to the chin?
Yeah, I mean, we, like I mentioned last pod or last show, we gave Spicy Tuna O'Brien, Liam O'Brien, the Granite Chin Award winner over at Live at 5. I mean, that guy's chin resembles that of like Quagmire, Family Guy. Just an absolute cinder block of a chin, like a granite slab, island countertop like chin. Like you could not break that thing. So anyone in this game, I don't know if they have the chin. I mean, maybe McElrath. He's worked on his chin for like 14 years in the Always Hungry League. I would say a guy like that. Maybe Tommy Stone Wilson. I'm not sure because Trouba, like that chicken wing he dishes out. You saw on Timo Meyer last year. I mean, he said, "You reach, I'll teach, fella." And his chin was absolutely exposed. So yeah, Trouba definitely dishes it out. And he just seems to always just be able to target it right in the perfect spot where a referee can't give him a 6-game suspension or Georgie Peros. It's crazy the art of a chin.
We read, all the messages, but we only put the ones that are worth it up here, or maybe sometimes we miss it, so I don't want to say that.
First shift, well-deserved penalty from Matt Wemby, but he gets in later on to get on the forecheck and makes his impact felt early in the second period. His first.
All right, how much time do we have left?
It was about 5 minutes, 5-6 minutes. 4:30 left, folks, remaining here. Oh, my God. Remke got the Scottsdale fade. Holy shit. You can see it's high and tight on that fella. He definitely went to a Turkish barber. He's got that thing cleaned up right around the ears. He went to somewhere on the Lower East Side in New York City. Got that old Scottsdale fade, folks. That's the 1 to the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Out the door, and your girl's a whore. Anyways, 4:20 remaining here in the second period. Again, Bobby Gucci, Jay Swish on the call, doing it back-to-back, bringing you Game 1 coverage on a Saturday and Sunday. This is a Sunday matinee special, live from the couch, getting a look at the Rangers' fourth line, who arguably has been their best line. 2 goals from these guys today, and Pete Laviolette rewarding them with more playing time in terms of getting a regular shift and also even getting spotted in there for an offensive zone draw, which you'd love to see.
It's a hilarious troll of a comment. Actually, we're not the broke ones. Not going to get into details, but yeah, just a bad fit, and we're going to be up there soon. Just a crazy comment to make from an anonymous profile, which is not surprising. Welcome.
TV, shut the hell up, you fella. But
welcome to the cesspool that is Twitter.
We'll take the highway.
Okay, I'm just not going to put up questions on here that involve just like nutting and fucking. It's just like, are you guys fucking retarded?
Right. We are trying to watch a goddamn hockey game, and yes, sometimes those things do get brought up. Right now, we are staying neutral. Folks, again, Bob, oh my God, Vincent Oreo, the guy that had his chin stapled, played on minute 50, broke a wrist, got a concussion, took himself off the sheet at MSG, and now was last seen at the Canuck over just on Chelsea's west side. 3:13 remaining here.
What is this idiot? DB, what do you mean too expensive? They pay us to go. And also, it's cheap to fly to Vancouver. What the fuck are you talking about? How old are you, you fucking dickhead? We only play 80s Joe. Oh, what a save. Shesterkin playing in good position. 2:52 remaining here.
Vinny Trocheck with a little bit of a break. A great back check by Tommy Wilson.
It's so weird seeing them go short side and it's the glove.
I hate it.
Oh!
I just hate the Oppo Taco goalie. And that's not being like...
Because it's none of your fucking business, dude. Because it didn't work out. That's how show business goes. On the back end, there's agreements and shit. How fucking old are you, you jackass? Get the fuck out of here, you pussy.
Shit falls through, baby. That's show business. We'll leave it at that.
You need 10? Getting mad on the internet, folks. Just another day of getting angry online.
Ice House in Edmonton full of 10 bartenders.
Really? Never heard of it.
Yeah, we're going to have to get, we owe, like we said, we owe the people of Edmonton and Vancouver. I would like to get, this is nothing against Vancouver. I just think the chins of Alberta, I would love to get up there. Also, obviously get up to Vancouver, but the good chins of Alberta, we do owe those people at least one live show, live party, whatever the hell it is. We'll make it happen here, folks.
It's kind of weird that it's only 13 to 14 shots on that. I guess it's not weird because they're playing the Capitals, but here's Connor McFurda.
The 24 car rounding the net like it's the checkered flags are out at the Indy 500. Folks, speaking of NASCAR, it brings a tear to my chin that we are not at Talladega right now. But anyways, back to the game here on the couch. Chuck Lindgren covers the puck up that was directed in his general area by his defensive fella, Trevor Van Riemsdyk. Trevor Van Riemsdyk, former UNH product, played 500-600 NHL games. Good stay-at-home defenseman that broke into the league with the Chicago Blackhawks, I believe, in 2014. Won a Stanley Cup championship with them, the 15th season. So Had a hell of a career, good stay at home, friend of the show over here, especially with the Butter Golf. Good dude. And a very quiet stay at home defenseman. 153 remaining here, folks. New York Rangers looking at their live prop. Stanley Cup winners only plus 800. That's maybe the worst bet you could ever bet on. It should be fucking plus 8,000.
What up, Nick? Sid the Kid in the chat. I see your comments about Emily Kaplan, bro. We're just not going to spend the whole goddamn stream talking about Emily Kaplan. I know it seems like you're a little horned up. Maybe go get a tug off. Maybe get 2 off. I'm not sure exactly what you think this is, but respectfully, we are not going to talk about Emily Kaplan for all 2.5 hours of this stream.
Yep, we are professionals. She is professionals. And speaking of professionals, maybe go get yourself a professional. Get sawed off. Get your rocks off. Whatever you need to do. But speaking of rocks, speaking of a big brick, Matt Rempe has a goal today. Jimmy VC has 1-1. And Barkley Gaudreau with 2 apples. That is a rock on the 4th line in terms of guys playing above their chins, above their skis. And they are getting rewarded for it with a regular shift from Pete Laviolette today, Sunday at MSG. Playoff hockey, Rob, as you know, it's all about those role players. It's all about guys elevating their games, maybe taking their chins to another level that they did not play in the regular season. Role players becoming heroes. That is what playoff hockey is all about. That's what winning teams have. They have guys come above their skis and play out of their fucking body. Ooh. It's almost like an out-of-body experience sometimes. It's like, how did that guy have 7 goals? It's like Devontae Smith-Pelly, the year the Capitals won it. He had 7-8 goals, and then 2 years later, he's out of the league, right? So it's just, it comes and goes and ebbs and flows, my friend.
Yeah, I think I'm going to, for the playoffs, the rest of the playoffs, just be really mean to the chat.
Just get pissed off.
Just get absolutely rattled.
Just start throwing them. Folks, again, just under a minute here left in the second frame. 54 odd seconds remaining in the second period. New York Rangers leading the Washington Capitals 3-1. This game just has no life. Folks, speaking of life, life alert. If you have a jammer, well, give Life Alert a call. Mohammed Gilderstein, the old Muslim Jew, you beauty. We would love to get CTESPN on the stream. That would be unbelievable.
Tweet at him.
Would you come on our stream at CTESPN?
CTESPN. CTE. Oh, I was doing the EA Games voice. All right, 5 seconds remaining, folks. We are going to be back at the for the third period. 3-1 game. It's not over. It is over, but technically it's not over.
Over when it's over. Folks, that is the end of 2. We will be back. Going to go smoke a heater on my patio and get buzzed up for the third period again. New York Rangers leading 3-1.
We are back for the third. Yeah, Zach, I agree. It was a better second from the Caps. I'm not going to lie. They don't chirp the chat enough. Hockey Night in Scottsdale is best when the chat is getting blasted. Well, if you deserve to get blasted, you deserve to get blasted. Kind of like your chick.
Ooh. Hitting her from the back, getting blasted. Folks, back for the third period coverage. We have the President's Trophy winners featuring the Washington Capitals of the nation's capital. Shout out to Sleepy Joe Biden, who just woke up from his fourth nap of the day. Got confirmation out of the White House from Hunter Biden's laptop that Sleepy is now up and eating his fourth chicken noodle soup after his fourth nap, as he always does. So shout out to Sleepy. Keep doing you, buddy. Live from Hockey Night in Scottsdale, live from the couch, Bobby Gucci, Jay Swish. This game, I think, is pretty much set in Rosetta Stone, but we will play the final 20 minutes to see if that maybe changes what our chins are saying. Folks, again, what are you doing right now? What games are you watching? Obviously, the next coming up, we have the Winnipeg Jets and the Colorado Avalanche starting on the road for the first time since Cale Makar came into the league. So a little bit of a different look, different challenge for the Mile High City going in to a gritty, greasy city in Las Vegas. That is Vegas in the north, but going back east right now, we're going over to Madison Square Garden, and we're about to drop the puck for the third period. Folks, again, Hockey Night in Scottsdale, playoff edition. Coverage you can't get anywhere else. Your chin is here with our chins, and we are doing this game right now.
Oh, Kreider absolutely flying in the zone, somehow onside. And Lindgren's going to scoop that up. I haven't really noticed Kreider too much. I've noticed the fourth line for the Rangers, the third line. Jimmy Vesey, who famously held out on 19 teams after Harvard, has been active.
Phil Housley finally shaking off the cobwebs of a night full of whiskey neat just outside New York City. Phil Housley, famous U.S.-born defenseman. We talked about him a little bit earlier. 1943 remaining. Speaking of U.S.-born defensemen, Keandre Miller, number 79. Great player who absolutely took the screws to John Marino in that brawl featuring the New Jersey Devils and the New York Rangers a couple of weeks ago. That was awesome. They recreated that brawl from, forget the year, but Stu Bickle, all those guys, Chuck and Nux, right at center ice off the opening draw. So Keandre Miller, obviously one of their better defensemen, a smooth skating kid out of Minnesota. Spent his college hockey days at the University of Wisconsin, where he was absolutely laying the college club. Oh,
Lindgren, couple nice saves. Rangers are peppering.
Pepperdine University is Ave Kubel.
Yes.
Oh my God! I would. Yeah, that. I mean, that was. There was no chance that puck was hitting in that pass, shot, whatever.
Don't go short side there.
Rempe. Matt Rempe turns like an 18-wheeler, but folks, he has knuckles like Knuckles Nylon. Famous chucker out of Boston, played for the Habs back in the day, but
get that chat going.
Folks, again, following along right now, third period action, 18:42 remaining in the final frame over here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale. We have 3-1 Rangers over the Washington Capitals. Jimmy Vesey going back to, wow, another chance for the fourth line here. Rempe in front of the cage. Vesey, fella. Carlson with a good stick box out. Wow. He almost otter. Oh, fella. Just a game of inches. That's what she said.
Carlson doing a good job there, tying up the stick. You mentioned this earlier. Jimmy Vesey, a goal and an assist. I'd like to see him fight just to say he's got a Gordie Howe hat trick, but there's no point in fighting if you're on the Rangers. But a 3-1 lead or risking injury, etc. There's an absolute cheeseburger from whoever the fuck that is on the right side or left side there. I think that's, I don't know, he's skating like he's got shit in his pants.
The old shitburger. Folks, again, right now, speaking of shitburgers, Ovechkin, I don't know if he got the police escort, like I tweeted out, over to the West Garden for a full body release, but we have a 2-on-1 developing. Lafreniere threw a saucer pass that was batted down. Well, that's a penalty. That is another penalty over here. Trocheck going to the sin bin, and Pierre Lambert makes the call, number 37, who is partnered up today with longtime official Kelly Sutherland, who has worked many Stanley Cups, been around a lot of chins. This duo is one of the best in the league.
Why is Trocheck complaining about penalties that are literally penalties? He keeps bitching. Yeah, that's an absolute can opener. That's a trip.
Con opener.
Or is he mad at himself? What kind of day is it today? I don't know, man. It's Sunday. I don't know. I don't do that on Sunday. I do that on Friday or Saturday. So I can't really force it, Riley.
Fargo force.
You know, if it's a type of day, it's a type of day, but you can't force it.
Nope. You can't force what kind of Jason day it is. Folks, power play here again. Washington going to get another look to somehow stay in this match. Again, 3-1. Rangers leading the Washington Capitals, but they do have the man advantage, and Ovechkin will be out there for the full 2 minutes. He'll cock a few one-timers, and he'll get out of there, and if he scores, he scores. If not, I don't think it really gives a shit.
Some little dipsy doodle down the Oshie. Oshie, veteran play towards the back up north. Holy shit, good John Carlson.
Johnny Carlson logging time on ice like a truck driver driving across the I-5. Oh, my God. These guys just look slow and old. It's just like they're just, well, I say that they're going to score, but they just look like they're just like, just kind of just like, you know, wobbling around the living room. Grandma going from her seat to the kitchen.
They do look old, but they are old. But it's funny, if it's 3-2, if I'm the Rangers, I don't even care. Like,
no.
They're not tying.
No, it can be 3-3. I don't care.
Good pass, but kind of on the backside. You're going to need to shoot the puck here. I don't know if they're going full of cross mode.
Holy soak by Rabinowitz. Swedish House Mafia. DJ soaks one right on the ankle there. That was a great block because that thing was howitzered and labeled by John Carlson. And folks, we're getting a look here at the second unit. No disrespect to our guy, Trevor Van Riemsdyk, but he hasn't played a whole lot of power play time in his day. He is now playing on the second unit. Rasmus Sandin being out. We'll see how that goes.
We're at 16-16, Sirac. Just blew the whistle at 16-16. Sirac will tell you again, too, when the puck drops, just so you can sync up with the boys. Ovechkin, 0 shots today. Wow. Not surprising, honestly.
No, the way he's skating, the way he just looks, the lack of interest. Now, maybe he's going to get one right here in the next 15 seconds, but yeah, he hasn't been doing a whole lot out there.
And I'm going to drop the... Ready for those of you lining up your TVs now. 16-15, 16-14, 16-13, 16-12. Wow, they're going fast. That clock sped up. 16-09, 08, 07. Ovechkin gliding around. Oh, man. Yeah, I agree, Ryan. I think it would be such a better game if it was Detroit, honestly. What is that noise? Someone drilling something? Should I close that? 15:40 remaining here as the Capitals are moving like they're skating in peanut butter. I mean, this team, I don't know if anybody on this team has boots, to be honest.
Knocking boots. Not sure if they do or not, but hey, right now we are watching a boring affair. Again, the President's Trophy winner. Oh, my God. Panarin's going to cock that.
Oh! He's got a quick chest, as Swift would say.
Scouting report is always going to say goalies with quick chest usually have a quick chest. Folks, again, Charlie Lindgren always just seems to find that right in the breadbasket. I don't know if it's the way he moves in the net, but it seems the last 3 or 4 weeks when we played or watched Washington play, guys seem to find his chest more. I don't know if they're in between shots in terms of maybe looking blocker, maybe looking glove, and all of a sudden that thing comes off and it's in the middle of the 4x6 and it's hitting Chucky right in the nipples. But it always just seems to find that big chest protector he wears. And Another look at that is Ovechkin just dumps it in as Oshie goes and finds it, man. The Capitals just have no life, no steam, no nothing, man. They're just, I don't know how they're here.
Mason, we were going to come to Edmonton. We're figuring it out now how to get back up there, but we answered that already. But obviously, you tuned in a little late, and that's okay as long as you tuned in. But yeah, Avs game should be good. I forgot too. I was thinking about like going and just getting piss tank drunk, but I also want to watch hockey. So I don't know. Like maybe I don't. And it's all right to take a weekend off. Sneaky. But here we go. Oh, post it out.
Just get absolutely cocked because you had a good Friday, Saturday. Hey, I kind of like that.
Offset the whole thing.
There we go. 13 minutes, 13:48 remaining here, folks. Again, we are watching paint dry with the Washington Capitals at MSG. Not a whole lot of hits. Obviously, Ovechkin just laid the screws to Will Cully there, but we're going to go for an icing here. 13:38. Again, if you're following along with us here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Fellas, 3-1. Bobby Gucci, looks like you want to take a question here. What do we got?
I'm just pulling it up. I thought it was going to be commercial, but it's icing.
Okay.
I'll just leave it on there.
Leave it on there. Leave it and let it ride, baby, ride. Post there from, well, Capo Caco on the short side bar. He goes bar Tijuana, and that thing was set south and west. So, folks, again, following along, 13:29 remaining here. Scoring chances, 12-5 in favor of the New York Rangers. We will have another icing. So many whistles in this game. Trying to stay with it. Capo Caco, the kid out of Finland. It's a high pick back in the day. He played for TPS Turku, which is on Finland's west side. Storied program there. And we are going to line up in the defensive zone of the New York Rangers as we get a look at Chucky Lindgren's brother, Ryan, the younger brother. Chuck played at St. Cloud State. He was a netminder there for 3 or 4 years. Ryan Lindgren played at the University of Minnesota, my most hated rival and school. Those guys are butt plugs. Anyways, we are going to a defensive zone draw here for the New York Rangers, the home team. Adam Fox, my God, does he have a chin on him? He kind of has the Quagmire chin. Anyways, folks, we'll be going to commercial break here. Oh, a nice chance, I believe, at this whistle. And or the next, it is always right around the 13-minute marker. So going to commercial here, folks. Load up the chat. We're looking at Lady Liberty on New York's Ellis Island side, looking at the city of Southern Manhattan. What up, baby?
Are the people in East Grand Forks just dumb or no?
I mean, it's Grand Forks, it's the same thing, but they booze, yeah. Sundays are about spicy Canadian Caesars with a salty rim, spicy enough to make your teeth numb and wrestle a homeless man. Devin, I couldn't have said it better myself. The only thing I would add is something that makes your teeth numb probably is a little bit of Colombian Bam Bam you might be doing a gummer with, but no Diddy on that.
No, we're not going to do a doubleheader. It's just a lot of talking and it's a lot of walking.
Boys got to go get something to eat,
Yeah.
Maybe have a cigarette, but we'll be doing games all week. We're going to be here for you, the people. Again, this is what we do. Drop your 4 conference finals teams. Okay, so I am going to go with the Edmonton Oilers, and then I am going to go with who else is on that side? I'm going to go Edmonton.
Here.
Edmonton, and I'm going. I took Dallas against Vegas. I took Avalanche. I'm going to go Edmonton, Colorado, and then I'm going Carolina and Florida.
Ugh. Why Carolina?
I just look at that side. I think they're better than all those teams up there. Fella.
What about the Rangers? You think that Carolina's going to beat the
I
Rangers?
think they're the biggest phonies in the league.
I'm going to go with the Oilers and the Knights and the Rangers and the Panthers.
There it is, boys. A couple assholes that call themselves experts. Those are our teams. Corn dogs, Jackie, corn dogs for all these people. Jackie, we don't even have corn dogs. We're going to win the Mega Bowl. Marble Reds, yeah, or Camel Turkish Unfiltered. Those are some of my favorites. It's tough to find the unfiltered cigarettes anymore. You got to go down to an Indian reservation just because they're absolute fucking just straight up just cancer sticks. So those are always the ones that buzz you the hardest, are the Camel Unfiltered Turkish blend. Comes with no fucking filter on that thing, no governor. You just let her buck and you just smoke her down. You just choke that thing down. Folks, again, following along right now, 12:47 remaining here in the third frame. This is the final period of the Matinee Classic Sunday Special. Bobby Gucci, Jay Swish, we are doing this game for you, the people, as always. We thank you for tuning in. But please, can you do us a favor? Can you please send us a screenshot of how you're watching the game? What's your setup like? Where are you watching the boys? Are you following along as well as the ESPN coverage with the Hockey Night in Scottsdale coverage? Sync those up. Send us a tweet. Send us an IG. I love reposting those. I know Bob does as well. Would you say the NHL is the most pro-player media out of major American sports? Like a lot of ex-NHL players dabble in media post-career, don't spew out clickbait BS like the NFL, NBA media does, in my opinion. Yes and no. I mean, I think the NHL has a lot less media people in it because those sports are so much bigger. So you're going to have a lot more people and interest working in that game, a.k.a. people that haven't played the game before. But you see it a lot in all other sports. I mean, there's tons of ex-players like the TNT crew with Kenny the Jet Smith. You have Charles Barkley, Shaq, and Ernie Johnson. I mean, those three guys that are on the panel there, they're the biggest guys in basketball. They all played the game. I think if you look at football, you have Boomer Esiason, you have guys like Dan Marino, you have Troy Aikman, Tony No Homo Romo, Jason Witten, Tom Brady is getting to that space. So yes and no, I think, but there's always just nerds out there that just fire out clickbait in every sport. But you do make a good point in terms of, you know, a lot of former players are in the game, but I think that's the case for every sport. Just it's more a mass in the other sports because there's so much more competition. Did you guys ever give your take on the Yotes leaving AZ? Sorry. You ready? I'm getting bedarded. Yeah, we touched on it a little bit. I mean, we know how we feel like, and I think people do too. It's unfortunate. It sucks the team's leaving. We have a lot of friends, family on the squad. It's BS. The ownership's, you know, a little bit of a nightmare here. That's no secret. That cat is out of the bag, but hopefully they'll be back one day, my friend.
If you're syncing up with us, we got 12:07 or 12:08 on the clock. They're gonna. Yeah, I mean, the Capitol is still finding a way to make this game boring, which is incredible. I mean, it's 3-1. They should be just peppering shots. You fight somebody. It doesn't matter. 12:05, 12:04, 12:03 if you're syncing up with us. Yeah, I mean, if you're Rangers too, like get some insurance, even though you're not going to need it. Even if it's 3-2, you still don't need that insurance because the Capitals are so bad. But
like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Like a good neighbor, Buffalo Wild Wings is there. Folks, queso dip, beers, wings, and thighs. 11:40 remaining here in the third period again. We are watching paint dry over here.
So many icings. Holy shit.
A lot of whistles. This is a full-on two-short game. Blow the whistle, as we mentioned. Again, 3-1 in favor of the New York Rangers. 11:36 remaining if you're following along. Please keep getting us at us in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. Take a picture of that. We always like to see that. We are tapping in from Scottsdale, Arizona, as we always do. Playing a back-to-back today for the people, by the people. And it is what it is. This game has not had the best pace. It has not had the best flow. It has not had the best chances. Honestly, the funny part about this game, minus the 3 minutes where all 4 goals were scored, nothing has really happened. We've had a couple posts. Amy VC had a chance in front to start the third period. But other than that, not a whole lot of action in terms of what's going on. I think that's just how the Capitals play. They lull you to sleep, like we've mentioned several times on this broadcast and over the last month. So, Gucci, stay with it, my friend. Stay in it. Stay in the pocket. Again, get a look at Igor Shesterkin, 17-5, 930 since the All-Star break. He's been humming. But as he should, he gets paid handsomely to do it. So again, the Rangers, I'm not saying I'm a hater of the Rangers. I just don't believe what they're selling me. Like, sell me
Why
this
is it?
pen, and I'm not buying it.
Why
Because that's
is
a
it?
fucking
Let's
big
get
pen.
into it.
Well, I just don't like the makeup of their team, really. I mean, I just don't trust what they are. Like, I think this is the same song and dance every year. Not like it's like the Leafs, but I don't like their bottom six a ton. I think they're all complimentary players. They're good. They're deep on paper. But when you look at their team, okay, so their best players have to be the best players at the best and most crucial time. Okay, so you got Panarin.
Yep.
Hasn't showed up yet.
Yep.
So Benajed, fine. Not an elite all-star like player. Trocheck, love his game, love the guy. He was an all-star this year. Is he my first line center that I'm taking to win the mug? I'm questioning that. Okay. Now I'm looking at their decor. I like it. It's fine. Schneider's good. Miller, fine. Trouba, I don't love him as my number one. Fox is my number one, but I don't know if he can play those big, heavy, crucial minutes at big boy fuck you time.
Yep.
So there's just a lot of questions I have. There's Shesterkin. I like the goalie. I don't know. It's just how I feel about the team. I think they're going to win a round or two. Now I'm picking if they're playing Carolina. I just think a team like that is deeper and they're more simple, and they would prevail in a 7-game series. Now, what the fuck do I know and say all that?
Yep. Shout out to Jacksonville, Florida, tapping in, and yeah, I mean, I agree with you, man. And that's the thing is, like, you watch the Bruins play, and they have like Jake DeBrusk flying on all cylinders and shit like that, and like the Beecher line, all those guys. But I actually ended up watching the fight, and I thought it was pretty entertaining. It was a good fight. A lot of back and forth, as in Garcia round one, and Haney took those middle rounds, and Garcia just turned it on. But
if they got to the conference final and they played Florida, okay,
the Rangers,
yeah, like they're getting absolutely whacked.
Yeah, they're getting whacked.
Like Kachuk's a savage. Barkov is not that way, but you got Nick Cousins flying around. You got Bennett's a killer.
Mm-hmm.
Reinhardt tucks. Their D are nasty. Lomberg's insane. Like these guys, like they come at you in waves. There's like a rat pack of like at this time of year you have to be a complete scumbag on the ice.
Yeah,
They have scumbags on their team. I firmly believe in hockey. Like you don't win with like just good guys. Like you need great assholes. Yeah, you need assholes that are just like maniacs, and that's what they have. I think the Islanders end up beating Carolina. That respectfully, Sal, and I like that you always tune in, my friend. That might be your worst take I've ever heard. That is going to be a series. I tweeted it out. It's going to go 5 games. Every game is going to be close. New York Islanders are going to feel like they're in it, but at the end of the day, every game they're going to win. I could see them getting swept. I took Carolina in 5. I just think they're just so much better. There's no way that the Islanders end up beating them. And if they do, Sal, fuck fella, you know what? You can come over here and I'll buy you dinner in Scottsdale.
I'll get an Islanders logo tattoo, full back piece, if they win that series.
If they win that I would get the Mike Tyson face tattoo.
Yeah, I just don't. I think Carolina is too well-rounded for the Islanders. So we'll stay. Sonny Milano from Long Island. I'm not exactly sure what you meant by something on. Is Sonny Milano on something homegrown? Oh, I got you.
Ooh, Dukes is on a little something homegrown.
Vegas gets past Dallas in the first round. Any fashion today becomes a favorite to come out of the West. No, because you're gonna have Winnipeg, who's like sneaky good. They're boring, but sneaky good, and Colorado. So I wouldn't say they'd be the favorite, but a lot of people are like telling me like Dallas is this, Dallas is that, and I hope they prove me wrong. But I'm biased to Vegas because I like the boys on the team, but I think Vegas has still got it. I think.
Yeah, they're a little banged up now. Stoney Baloney's gonna have to get up to full speed to get his chin going. Mantha gonna have to take his game to another level, and then a guy like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Hurdle. He's another guy that hasn't played a whole lot of hockey. That's what worries me about Vegas going into this series is now I think if they get past Dallas, now they get a little bit more healthy. They get more acclimated with the speed of play. They feel better. You have to play hockey to be good at hockey. It's like anything in life. So these guys that have had a significant amount of time off, if they get past Dallas, now they'd be rolling. I think if they're going to lose, they're going to lose early, and it's going to be a round 1. It's either they're going to go to the Cup final or they're going to lose in round 1. I just think Dallas, the way their chins have played all year, They're healthy. They're healthier in Vegas. I think that's going to be a really tough series in Vegas. Again, it's probably a 6 or 7 gamer. I said 7. I took Dallas. Again, what the fuck do I know?
So hard when you go 7. No Diddy. It's so hard when you go full 7, man, and you got to play again another round. Any bets on Jets and Avs series? Honestly, thanks for watching from the United Kingdom. That's really cool. I don't have any bets on that series. It just went, that's a trip. And Ovechkin's going to be enraged. He's barking at the ref in Russian. He is saying "Suka bled, privyet, suka bled," which means "hello, fuck you, bitch."
Yes, it does.
But yeah, no, I'm just going to watch that series. No bets on it.
Yeah, folks, again, if you're happening right now, we are at 8:20 as Chucky Lindgren gets that puck in his mitt. On the right side of his body, going Apo Taco, and the big Russian bear is irate right now in terms of they thought they missed one there with a tripping call. And I would agree. I think that's probably 2 minutes, but Kelly Sutherland has literally blown the whistle so many goddamn times tonight that he could not call that. He had to let it slide. Maybe that was Pierre Lambert sitting in the corner. I didn't get a number if it was number 11 or 37 with the official, but Ovechkin, all the power to him. I mean, that should have been a penalty. It is what it is. Slam the gate, sit down, you have a smoke, say a couple things in Russian, and you get your Subway order dialed in post-game.
You think he's eating Subway during the playoffs?
Yeah, why not? I think why would you change? Get you to 30 goals.
The hold.
Nick Holden.
We're at what time are we at? We're at 8:06, 8:05, 8:04, 8:03, 8:02, 8:01. 8 minutes.
Yes, sir. And his counterpart in terms of being from the motherland, Artemi Panarin. 1 goal a night, 18 odd minutes. He's had a nice little game for himself. Again, I think the biggest thing for the Rangers, when the chins line up, you're going to need timely scoring, timely 5-on-5 scoring from your big guns. And it starts at the top with number 10, the Russian Rocket.
You're going to need everybody's chin. Look at how slow the Capitals are, dude. I'm like so bored.
Yeah, this team is horrible. There's actually this series and the Islanders versus Canes, like those are 2 tough series to watch.
Juddy, I agree with you, but Hurdle's also coming back from injury too. So I don't even think he's going to be his regular self yet, especially going into the playoffs. But I love the hockey talk, Juddy. Keep it coming. This guy knows puck.
Yeah, I mean, if you get Hurdle that's healthy and ready to go and hasn't missed 3 or 4 months, absolutely. But again, anyone that misses that much time, it takes a little bit to get back to where you want to be at an elite level.
Cole, I think it just depends on your individual situation, whether it be your contract situation, your family situation. It all depends.
Yeah, I mean, if you're making 5 on a hook and you want to keep it, sure. If you're making $800K, like, you might need to sell that thing.
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah, Ryan, not to shit on playoff hockey. Like, we're here to promote the game, but, like, at the same time, we tell it how it is. I think it's been a sleeper.
Sleepy Joe Biden, nation's capital, taking on the President's Trophy winner. Again, folks, McElrath, stirring the pot a little bit, asking Rempe, hey, fella, you want to shed the laundry? Should we just do this thing? Should we go for a dance? Obviously, trying to get his team engaged. Rempe was probably told by his coaches, don't chuck them right now, fella, because we don't need any sort of momentum shifting to the other side. Rempe, with a season high of 6 minutes and 49 seconds played. That is not actually a season high, but it might be.
It might be. Yeah.
Dylan McElrath, big chin out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. We spoke on him, a journeyman of the AHLs, had a handful of games in the National Hockey League. Still getting games when it matters, though. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool. Someone mentioned like how Ferda is at. Like it is Ferda, especially for a guy that was like top round pick and goes down the minors like for years and years and years, and he's still man. He's got an NHL patch on his goddamn sweater at the end of April for a team. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, getting it done in the National League. There's no bad days in that league, folks. Speaking of no bad days in Scottsdale, Arizona. That's where we're bringing you the coverage. Over here, Hockey Night in Scottsdale, you cannot get anywhere else. Again, we have a featured matchup that, has just been a little bit of a dud, but we bring you coverage you can't get anywhere else as Dylan Strome sends that puck up the wall, and it's intercepted by Jack Roslovic, who chips the puck out ever so generously. And, Washington will try to dump that thing in again as we get the ping pong game in the neutral zone going for the 50th minute of this hockey game. Following along right now, 6:07 remaining in the third period. Your chin is tucked. We're doing what we can. It's TVR. Trevor Van Verderdijk sends it down the wall, and Alex Wenberg, smooth skating Swede, looks like a Russian. Oh, Will Cooley.
Play it.
Swish, you were in St. Louis with the big rig Patty Maroon, right? How brutal was it playing? How brutal was it to play that guy in practice? I rented the big rig's apartment out one year. Actually, I was living there, and he gave me a nice little deal on it. He had his house and an apartment, so I took the old stabbing cabin. And he was. I mean, I'm good buddies with the big rig. I still keep in touch with him to this day. But yeah, playing against him in practice is hilarious, just because not so much off the rush, or say maybe if he's covering you on the point as a forward or a winger, but anytime you're below the top of the circles and especially below the goal line with the big rig, you're not getting the puck off of that guy. And if he's just planted in front of the net, like, good luck. I mean, he was a guy that at the time was probably 250 pounds. And I'm coming in at 190 soaking wet. So if you could imagine me trying to box him out, it didn't work out so well. Thoughts on Kenny Furta? That is Kenny Furta Holland putting Evander on the LTIR to get a player. Kane has had a hernia all year. But not putting I don't know. Like so hear me out. Those weird things with the sports hernia is you can usually grind through it to a certain point until that usually rips fully off the bone in that upper groin area. So it's one of those things where you try to manage. I had one my junior year of college where I played through it probably a half the year. Like, I would try to practice, and that thing I couldn't even push off on it. Like, you'd feel so shitty. But if you got it like warm enough and you put the hot pack on it and you took a ibuprofen, like 1,000 milligrams of it, and then for a game, you're always going to feel better. So you kind of get it warmed up. You do different things in and around that hip and psoas area. Sorry to sound like an athletic trainer over here, but that's what you do. You get that midsection really warmed up. And sometimes, some days it feels better than others, and those games you're able to play. So that's why Kane was probably managing it day to day, and Kenny Furta was like, well, if I put this guy on LTIR and we go use someone, we get someone, but maybe he's ready in the next couple of weeks, and now we'll have a cap overage. So that one, to me, when you're managing a day to day like injury, it's really tough. Curious to know what the Hockey Night and Scottsdale boys crush for supper after a matinee. Ryan, assuming you are Canadian, because Canadians love saying supper. That's funny. I don't know, man. We were talking about it earlier. Like, I'm fucking hungry. I haven't really ate today. I usually try to do that intermittent fasting so my barrel doesn't blow up to a goddamn car tire. But, go sit somewhere, maybe watch a game, maybe have an Irish. I don't know. We'll figure that out in about 5 odd minutes here, but we'll let you know. Are the Isles a sneaky tough matchup for the Canes? I don't think the Isles win, but the interesting to see them get a taste of their own medicine and play a press-tight, forechecking team. Yeah, I mean, sneaky tough for sure. Like, you never want to face the Islanders. I mean, they've been the same song and dance for the last 7 years. They've had conference final appearances. They played Tampa Bay, where they were up actually in Game 6, and then ultimately ended up losing in Game 7. So you never want to see the Islanders. It's one of those teams that, like, if you're always worried, like, if you don't get that 1 or 2 goals that you're going to need to beat them, and maybe a power play goal to score about 3 goals. So that's all it's going to take to beat them every game. You get a little nervous. Your scoring just has to be there. You trust your instincts and everything in your structure game, but you're going to need that scoring because it's tough to get to the inside of the paint on them. They just play such a boring style. And even with Patty Waugh there, it just seems like it's more or less the same. But I think Carolina will be fine. I think they just have way too much skill. Their defensive core is so good. And the Islanders ultimately just don't have the overall roster makeup to match what they can. Now, if they do play a perfect series, I could see it going 7. But I had picked 5 games in terms of Carolina walking out just pretty single-handedly. But all those games are going to be close. They're going to be annoying to play against. They're playing against Kyle Cluttertuck, some of these big boys that like to hit. good defense. They kind of clog it up, and it's going to be a grind. It's not a fun brand of style to play, and especially you throw Carolina in the mix, and you're just watching. Oh my God, it's like just a rim fest. It's like you're at a porn convention. It's just rim job after rim job.
Rim jobs, folks. Kind of funny saying that with the door open.
Yep. Speaking of rim jobs, Alex just salted off another rim of a beer. He's having one. Are the Rangers deeper than the Stars? No, they're not. But again, I mean, I'm a firm believer. Oh my God.
Oh, Kreider.
What a talk.
Oh, what a talk.
What a talk.
He fucking tucked that thing.
Holy butt talk, folks. That is going to sign, seal, deliver the game for one live from Madison Square Garden. Again, we are watching the Rangers and the nation's capital, Washington Capitals. Holy talk, dude. He just like beat him clean to the far post.
Forced that thing in there. Like he just look at him just fly, gets the pass, and he just like said that's going in whether you like it or not.
That's a
Holy stretch.
That's a hilarious move to do. Like no real move, like just beat him clean with his feet.
Yeah, just strictly speed. And Selly's on his ass.
Right on his R's. 3:43 remaining here, folks. Again, Hockey Night in Scottsdale, brought to you by the boys, Butter Golf, and the Heat Daddy himself. Folks, thank you for tuning in, as you always do over here at Hockey Night. We do this for you. We don't sit on the couch on a Sunday with a couple of assholes in and around the age of 30 strictly for fun. This is fucking for the people. This is for you. We want to bring you coverage, a unique way to be able to watch a game, to get tapped in with us, hang out, put us on the audio, watch the game, and it's really, you know what, the people's show.
4-1 here. If you're the Capitals, you just gotta take somebody's head off.
Yeah, Cole, hands like a priest, hands like a rapist, my friend. We'll go one step further.
Just bury someone in the head if you're on the Cap. Send a message.
Just fucking hit somebody. Somebody hit somebody.
Somebody hit somebody. You called it, Swift. It's going to be a 4-1 game.
Yeah, I mean, they were going to get one because they got that weird bounce from Himi VC, and then I just thought the Rangers, you get one or two more, and she's fucking over. And it's just a game play in the Capitals. Like, it's going to be a 4-0 sweep. It's going to be every game is going to be like this. Now, the Capitals might send one to OT. I think that's the closest they get maybe to a win. Probably it's going to be back home at the Verizon Center when the Rangers maybe are up 3-0 and they kind of take their foot off the gas. Like, fuck, we're up 3-0. We're in the nation's capital. Who gives a shit, And then all of a sudden they kind of lull you to sleep. But there's nothing in the Capitals game that says we're going to go out there and win a game. That is the biggest thing. I've even watching them in the regular season. You watch them. What part of their game says I'm going to go out there and take a stranglehold on a game? They don't. They just sit back and they just fucking wait. Sit back and wait. Sit back and wait.
What does their coach say about that? Like, do you guys want to win, or like, does he want to win?
I think he's just his first year coach. He's just so goddamn shell shocked of how they're even at this point, right? Like, how do we keep winning these games? I think you just like stick to what has, I guess, quote unquote, worked, even though it really hasn't. Like, he knows their team and their overall makeup, their roster is not what they've gotten themselves to the point. Like, they're playing above their skis. Yeah. But in saying that, I think that one of the ways they maybe can only have success is where you just play this style of sit back, very conservative, and trust your power play. It's just like nothing in their game screams, I'm going to go out there and just fucking take a game.
Don't chirp Sonny Milano, friend of the show. Sonny Magic Hands Milano.
Sonny Magic Ferda Hands Milano. 90 seconds to play here, folks. Live from the couch again. Matinee special here in Hockey Night in Scottsdale, the biggest show in town.
Why does Cat advertise? What are they advertising? A bulldozer?
How sick is that? Yeah, they're just all their tools and shit. There's no off season. They throw all year round. What they're saying. That would be such a Capitals goal to get, like just a meaningless goal.
What was the over at? Does anybody know?
McElrath is in on the crease. You love that.
Yeah.
Schneider's chucking him with Wilson.
You know Wilson's going to try to hurt somebody.
Yep. I love that Schneider has two linesmen intertwined with him, and then he takes his glove off like he's going to fight Wilson. It's like, fella, like you would never chuck with him. I mean, not saying I would either. Just like you take your glove off, and all of a sudden there's 3 refs in between you.
That would have been a big goal, man. 5.5. It was the over/under. This has been one of our longest streams ever, by the way, minutes-wise.
Yeah,
because of all these whistles.
I was going to say, we got to be coming up on 3 hours.
2 hours 38, but usually it's around 2:26.
Right.
2:30.
Yeah. I mean, normally we wouldn't take. Imagine if we were going through too.
Oh shit! I'd be so tired.
Like we've probably been on here for an hour and a half, I would say, with the breaks. Probably a little bit more than that. What are they? 15-minute breaks. Probably been on here for 2 hours.
Yeah.
17-minute breaks.
A minute to go here, and folks, we're not going to be streaming any more games tonight, but we will be back. Usually we do 1 a week, but for the playoffs, we're going to be doing more than that, unless we're on the road. That's pretty much the only reason why we wouldn't be streaming. But I'm going to see the schedule for tomorrow. Vegas has got to play, right? You know, the NHL gave them a couple extra days just to get Mark Stone back.
You gotta love it.
I think it's actually hilarious. There's a screenshot, and it's like Mark Stone placed on LTIR, activated in April. LTIR, activated in April. I think it's the 3rd year in a row. It's like kind of insane. It's insane for 2 reasons. One, because Mark Stone's actually hurt. He does have bad injuries. His back surgery, his spleen. However, it is insane that it's like clockwork.
Yeah, it literally is like clockwork. I mean, he's just back. I mean, it's like spleen, back, like major surgeries, and then all of a sudden he's just back. The best was when Kucherov took the whole year off and then came into the playoffs and put up almost 3 points per game.
Yeah,
that was insane. And he was skating the whole year. Like, that is so sick. Hockey Night in Scottsdale merch. Yeah, we're working on our LLC. We're working on a official website. So once those are good, man, like hopefully we'll have some more on that this week. We'll get that rolling. We'll get some shit out there for the people, hopefully by the 2nd round, maybe middle of the 2nd round, and get that buzzing. So that's kind of the plan on that. Just be on the look. Again, we'll be hitting different cities coming up. We're doing some different things in terms of vlogs and whatnot. But yeah, we're that's kind of the plan on that, my friend. Folks, again, thank you for tuning in. 45 seconds, 43 seconds remaining in this game as we get one last look at a line that's played very good today in terms of the Rangers' 4th line. Matt Rempe getting the scoring going, this first ever playoff goal, as well as Barclay Goodrow collecting 2 assists, and Jimmy Vesey with 1 and 1. So if you're Pete Laviolette and you're looking at the Corsi, talking to the nerds after this one, the old fucking science guys behind the game, you are saying, wow, what a Corsi, what a differential from our 4th line. That is one that can really just uptick a series and, get this thing done in 3 to 4 games. So, folks, again, thank you. I need more Butter Golf swag for the new season. Where was the Augusta Collection swish? Well, fella, I'm working on an absolute banger of a line right now in terms of dropping a capsule of juicy stuff. It's going to be joggers. It's going to be a polo. It's going to be a graphic tee. So that was kind of what I was dumping all my juice into. And that will be coming out hopefully in the next couple of weeks. And look forward to that, baby, because we're revamping the website. We're getting it going. It's just taking a little bit longer than I had imagined. But, yes, we're busy. Folks, that was Hockey Night. That is what we do. We love you out there. Please keep your chin tucked. That is my advice for a Sunday special.
Yep. Thanks for watching, everybody. We appreciate it. 19,000 people tuning in. Means a lot. We will be back. Check our Twitters for when we're going to be back next. Thank you for joining everybody in the chat. You guys make this shit happen, man. All right, everyone, enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy the last 2 remaining games. Okay, all right. Adios.